Hello and welcome to Build Up to a Good Game. It's Manchester City against West Ham United at the Etihad this evening. Man City need a lot of points to win the title. West Ham need a couple of points to avoid relegation. Couldn't be different. More different if we try. Gonzo, how is oneself?
I'm all right, thank you, mate. I'm a bit knackered, but I'm sat down now, so it's all right. I mean, comfy West Ham chair looks very similar to your comfy West Ham chair. So I'm not going to try and sell you a chair, by the way. They probably thought I was going in that direction. We're not trying to sell you a chair. No. I'm all right. You all right?
Yes, I'm good actually. I think despite fear of dread for tonight's game, and you're not going to like the team.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
You're not going to like it.
Well, when I logged in, I purposely, I sort of went, la, you know, like when you're like kids and you go, la, 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 la. I was a bit like that. So I was blocking the side of the screen that I look at. So just in case you'd already typed the team up, there was already people in the live chat. So I basically blocked that whole side. So I purposely haven't looked so as I can give me a natural reaction to the good news, but that doesn't sound great, to be honest.
It's not great. The official lineup will be out in 3.5 minutes time. We'll get that when it comes out, but there is a handful of changes for West Ham this evening at the Etihad, and we'll get the Manchester City team too as that comes out. I'm okay actually. I think because I've decided immediately after we got beat by Crystal Palace that we're going to lose tonight. There's no pressure on us, I don't think. It's all on Man City. It's a free hit. And honestly, if you offer me a narrow defeat right now, I would still take it. I think we can just do that and get into the Man United game, but we still need to pick up a couple of points somewhere. The problem is, like I said, there's the order of fixtures that's the issue. It's not the remaining fixtures that's the problem, because we've got Brentford away, Leeds at home, Leicester away. That's okay. We can get a couple of points from them three. It's the order of them, especially with the European games stuck in there as well. That's the biggest issue. Is there any? If you had to say take out two players from the starting 11, is there any two players in particular you would like to see not start tonight?
I would like to see Jared Bowen not start. And I'm not even looking at you. I'm not even looking at the camera at the moment in case you give a funny look or a reaction. So I'd like to not see Jared Bowen, and I would like to not see Mikel Antonio. So I do think they're pivotal to us, and I really wouldn't mind if it was Cornet and Mubama who played in their places. That would be pretty good for me. Okay, I'm going to look up now. So whatever face you got,
I'm laughing now because you've just said that. I was doing okay until you put pressure on me not to make a facial expression. I'm now doing one.
Suspicious.
Anyway, the lineups will be out in a couple of minutes, but while you're here, please do drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new to Hammers Chat. Helps the channel out a lot. You might think it doesn't, but it does. It takes you a couple of seconds. So if someone comes onto YouTube in the next 5 minutes and types in Man City West Ham, this will be the number one recommended video. We'll be doing our bet giveaway as usual, which should be fun to put together. Where you go, do we just keep doing West Ham to win just in case, or do we keep it realistic?
I don't think we can. I was thinking about it earlier when I was walking the dogs. I don't think we can. No. Not that they didn't have any input. It was me thinking it. I don't think we can. We'll get to that bit in a minute.
Yeah. Okay. Justin, how are you? Have you got something that you're fancying to put in?
Well, look. Here's what I think. All right. You know me. I'm a man of exquisite betting talents, and I'm a man of fine taste. And when the bet comes in once in a lifetime, they are the juicy bets. I think we should go for a juicy bet if we are going to predict that Man City are going to win, which they probably will. I think we might go. I think we should go for the precise scoreline and name a couple of the goal scorers, and then just try and win somebody some big money in the chat. You know.
Yeah, I think the value is in Man City scoring in the first half, to be honest with you. They've been rampant recently. Did they score both goals against Fulham in the first half? Haaland got his pen in the first half. I can't remember when the second. Who scored the second?
Alvarez.
Yeah, that was in the first half. 3 against Arsenal, 3 against Leicester City. They're rampant in the first 45 minutes at the minute. Anyway, we'll see the Man City team in a minute, see if Haaland is starting. Or Kevin De Bruyne is obviously a major doubt for Manchester City as well. But for now, you're not getting the West Ham team. Yes, you are. Would you like the West Ham team?
Oh, we can give it away. Go, give me the West Ham team.
There's no Declan Rice this evening for the Hammers as he has got a bug So this is the starting 11 for West Ham. In goal is Lucas Paqueta. Right wing back.
Hold on. Do you know what you just said?
What?
Don't you know what you just said?
No.
Look, in goal is Lucas.
What did I say? Paqueta.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey,
well, he's not in
you
goal.
said I wouldn't like the team.
He's not in goal. Lucas Fabianski in goal with Vladimir Sufal right wing back. Back three of Tila Kerrer, Angelo Ogbonna, and Aaron Cresswell, who is the skipper tonight, and Emerson playing left wing back. In midfield, we've got Downs, Paqueta, Fornals, and Bowen with Antonio up front.
Ah, cheeky. Let's see what he's done there. Not what I wanted to do.
What I'll do, no, I won't. But what I will say is there is a bug going around West Ham at the minute. Our bench is...
Go on.
Our bench is awful. I don't know if Charlie's typed up yet. Let me check.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. So West Ham have only got 7 players on the bench tonight. 2 are goalkeepers. So the bench for West Ham this evening is Ariola and Anang, Ben Johnson, and the rest are just attackers. We've got Lanzini, Cornet, Benrahma, and Ings. So we're short of numbers tonight. Obviously, Gerd is another player missing. Rice is missing. Souček's missing. So there is a bug going around with West Ham at the moment.
We're a joke. We are a joke. It's actually quite funny.
Charlie, put the first team back up, please. The starting 11. And there you go. There's your West Ham starting 11. What's your reaction?
Well, amusement, really. I think it's quite funny. I didn't predict that. None of us predicted that. That was a bit odd. Thank goodness for the bug, Gio. Thank goodness for the bug, because without the bug, I think you're seeing Souček and you're seeing Rice in that team as well. Why couldn't Bowen and Antonio have I don't know, sit next to Declan Rice in the canteen or something and catch the bug as well? It's a bit of a shame that. Go on the bug is what I'm thinking at the moment. I don't know. There's a lot of it around. I'll give it that much. Yeah. Look,
Charlie, come on.
I want to. I did actually want to credit David Moyes with changing the team by putting Kerrer in there, which I thought was a good thing to do. By maybe changing the formation, probably a good thing to do. Downs in there, a good thing to do. But now I'm sort of worried that she's only done that because everyone's caught a cold.
See, this is where I'm like, right. So Rice is obviously. Let's assume the bug is real. There's going to be a lot of people skeptical as to whether there's a bug or not, and he's
conspiracy
actually
bug. I love a conspiracy bug.
And he's just resting a few players ahead of Sunday's game, and the bug thing. But let's just assume it's real, right?
Yeah.
So he's left with this starting 11. This is the best he can come up with. I think at this point, when I'm writing it down on my napkin at breakfast one day at our screen, I think I'd say, do you know what, Kev? I'm speaking to Nolan now. I said, Kev, do you know what? We've got no chance without Rice and that. We might as well just take out Bowen and Antonio as well and rest them up and put them on the bench to make up the number. So we've got 7 on the bench instead of 5. But I almost feel like without Rice in particular, you might as well just rested the other couple as well. Bug or no bug. But I reckon it's Spurs. I reckon they're getting us back for Lasagna Gate. They've gave us food poisoning so Arsenal don't win the title.
Do you know, I refuse to believe that. I didn't believe it at the start. I still don't believe it. I just think it was a whopping great excuse. I still don't. Yeah, somehow it's been labelled at that poor no, I'm sure you were, but they still immediately do. That poor bloody chef. I reckon he prepared a perfectly good meal. I reckon there was loads of. Can you imagine? What are the chances? All right. Look, I've got 4 kids. You try and get 4 children to sit down and eat the same thing. It's bloody impossible. What are the chances of 25 people all eating the same thing? Right? Let's be fair. A Premier League club, and they said, "Oh, sorry, lads, all you've got to eat is lasagna, and that's it." Oh, a veggie option? No veggie option. It's just lasagna. Oh, excuse me, can I have some chips? No chips. It's just frigging lasagna. It's
lasagna is 1 meter by 2 meters.
You don't see those. You don't see those pasta strips very much in Tesco, do you? That'd be expensive now, wouldn't they? At the moment, Tesco pasta. Oh, you're not getting pasta for 48 pence a pack anymore.
That'd be one big lasagna.
Help us buy pasta on Patreon if you want.
That's the West Ham start. I don't even know what to say, to be honest with you. I'm trying to work out the midfield. I assume it'll probably be Downs, Paqueta, and Fornals in the middle with Bowen and Antonio. Do you reckon it's like 2 up front, or?
Well, I know what I do reckon, Gio, and I say here's a real positive for everybody. If you're struggling to figure out the midfield, then Pep must be quaking in his boots because he probably can't figure out how the midfield's gonna. He'd be juggling things around. Has De Bruyne got a bug, or is he just injured? Standard.
He was injured for the Fulham game, but would you like to know the Man City team then? Let me grab that for you.
Please.
Let's have a look at the Man City team this evening. No, it's not even that. It's really harsh, right? But Man City get like a primary school team to draw the players for like the squad list for the evening.
Yeah, nice touch. Yeah. Hold on, I'll back up a bit.
I don't know if I can get it. There you go.
Who is it?
I don't even know. Is it Bernardo Silva?
I don't know.
Blessed,
isn't it?
But I seen it earlier because the Alvarez one's thoroughly impressive.
Back up. Oh, he don't look well. He's got the bug. Alvarez, his face has dropped off.
His face is on his chest.
What?
I feel harsh.
They stuck his face in with a lasagna. Poor Alvarez. No wonder David Moyes didn't sign him, Gio. Taking one look at him, I can't look. The guy might be able to kick a ball, but his face has fallen off. I'm not signing him.
Anyway, the Manchester City team tonight is.
Can I have another one? Can we have some more Manchester City players' pictures, please?
He's rotated the goalkeeper. Ortega is in goal for Man City tonight.
Show us Haaland. He's got like a cyborg, isn't he? Haaland. He's got like what's his name from the Goonies?
Haaland's actually got a face on a thumb on the picture thing. It's like someone's drawn like a thumb and just put a face on it. Charlie, I have to go get it from Man City's social on Twitter and put it up on the screen for us. Anyway, let's just go through their team. Kyle Walker, John Stones, Ruben Diaz, and Nathan Ake. They've also got Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Riyad Mahrez. They've also got Alvarez, Grealish, and Haaland. Gundogan and Ederson are the two that are sort of rotated. Akanji as well, I suppose. So he's rotated 3 of them. So there you go. Charlie's got the players for us.
Oh, that's not so clear, is it? Who's bottom right? What's going on there? He's got half of his. What's the beard thing going on there with the white?
It's Mahrez in the bottom right, but that Haaland one, look, it looks like a thumb.
Who is? Oh, it's Gundogan. Gundogan's like his head shrinking into his body.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm being nasty. These are.
I know.
We're children that drew these, right?
Yeah, it's from the primary school, so I feel bad.
Oh, look at De Bruyne. Look at De Bruyne. Looking good, huh?
Oh, there you go. That's it. That's a better picture now. So there you go. There's the Man City team for you tonight. It's hand drawn on the screen for you there.
We need to do this in the summer. We need to get people that follow Hammers Chat to get their children to draw our players, and then we'll pop them up, and we'll take the Mickey, but we'll give them like we'll send you out a box of Haribo or whatever. Actually, box us a lot, packet of Haribo or something like that.
And say we've got to pay for postage here. A box is heavy. Less weight, the better.
What?
They can have flying saucers.
I've eaten the fried eggs. You can have the fried eggs out of my packet.
They can have the flying saucers.
There you go.
A bag of flying saucers. That's nice and light.
Yeah.
The Manchester City bench, they've got enough players. They've got Ederson, Phillips, Gundogan, Laporte, Gomez, Akanji, Perron, Foden, and Lewis.
Excellent. Perrone. Nice.
Anyway, you've seen the Man City team. There's no mercy shown here.
There's no mercy. No, not at all. I don't really know what to say. Someone's asking, where's Rice? He's got a bug apparently, but some of us don't believe it. There's a lot of people. We haven't got you. You think you got problems with Rice there? You wait until you see the bench. You'll be coming back asking where's everyone?
Do you believe they've got a bug? Because I find it convenient that it's Rice, Souček, and Aguerd that's got it. That's
but why would you do that? Just rest the players. Do you know what? I can't even remember what it was. There was something the other day. It was an American sport. I think it was basketball. There was something in basketball where they got fined. The team got fined. I don't even know why I know this information. I shouldn't even know this. They got fined because they rested players in like a real key game to get through to like the playoffs or something. I don't know why that information is in my mind, but it definitely
there's
happened.
there's a Premier League team very recently had to
Right.
explain why he picked a team. I can't remember.
Okay.
Oh, it was Burnley. Sorry, it's
Was
Burnley.
it?
Vincent Kompany got
It was
promoted,
yes.
rotated his team, and they said,
Yes.
why have you done that? And he said, well, because I can.
Yeah, so maybe it's that. Maybe, but it's so transparent. Maybe it is that. So Moyes, it's a little cunning plan every now and again. This what happens when you've got 1,000 games experience. You know some stuff. You can come up with some stuff that football hasn't thought of before. So you're thinking, hold on a second, hold on. The old bug.
Well, if let's just say he did rotate. Let's just say we did have Rice and Souček on the bench tonight. Arsenal would kick off. Arsenal would be ringing up the FA first thing in the morning, saying, "Hang on a minute, that lot just thrown the game against Man City last night."
Well, they deserve it because they're quite annoying.
Yeah, really, but they would, wouldn't they? They would kick right off. They'd be on the phone to the Premier League first thing in the morning. And I mean, they're probably fuming right now. They're probably doing what we're doing, which is bug my arse, find out right now. And if they're available for Man U on Sunday, now we're
it'd be good off. Arsenal fan TV. But I don't know why you're watching this one. Go and watch that. I bet they're fuming.
Arsenal fans will be. Arsenal fans will be raging right now.
That'd be fun.
In a weird way, they're probably more angry at our starting 11 than we are. Because we were already resigned to the defeat. We were already like, oh, we're going to lose. They probably have a smidgen of hope that we can get something.
Yeah, there's no hope. There's no actually. Let me. I'll just read. I'll read that. So this is from my pal Den. Okay. Now funny enough, he actually lives in Upton Gardens. I think they call it Upton Gardens now. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? So Den. Who is basically, so he basically said, hello mate, how have you been? Have you been filming in the bowling today? Just seen some talk in our residents WhatsApp group. Old Hammers players in there and stuff. Feel free to pop in for a cup of tea if you're in the area. I wasn't. He said, P.S. Can you please do the Gunners a favour and mess things up for Man City? The least you could do after your comeback against us the other week. So it's there. They think we went full strength. Against Arsenal, and they ruined their own title chances. But so they do want us to go strong. They're expecting us to draw against Man City, but they don't understand the small details of it. We can't.
Yeah, it was Tony Cottee was at the bowling.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, he was with another I can't remember who he's with. It was for his documentary as well. It's not even Tony Cottee. Tony Cottee was contributing to the other players' upcoming documentary. Someone will tell me who it was, but Tony Cottee was there anyway, filming a little part for it. Anyway, while you're all here, please do drop a like on the video. Just over 1,100 of you watching live, which is fantastic. So please do click that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to Hammers Chat as well. We'll be take a little look at what you lot are all saying, but there is a poll in the live chat at the minute, which is asking for your thoughts on the starting 11. There's 4 options. Please click the one that reflects your opinion closely. Gonzo, time to do the bet giveaway. What are you fancying?
It was Clyde Best. Sorry, I don't mean Clyde Best not going to score today, but it was Clyde Best that was in the bowling. Thank you, Alison. Okay, so the bets. Why don't we say? So should we do a Man City win? I know you're reluctant to, aren't you?
It's because it's not because of that. It's just because the odds are so crap.
I know, but we're going to name some goal scorers.
Okay. Okay. Let's do that then. What are you fancying to go in then?
Mahrez. Let's do a Mahrez goal.
Right.
Mahrez, Alvarez, and anyone else that ends in Ez.
Rodrigo Hernandez.
Oh, there you go. Imagine that. If all 3 of those score, that's got to be juicy money for someone.
It's not really. It's 40-1.
Oh.
We'll do Mahrez and Alvarez. Flynn Downs to get booked.
Yeah, he
just runs around booting people, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I mean, it's only 14-1. It's not much. We'll round up to £100. We'll just top it up. So it's £100 cash if this bet wins. The odds are slim because it's Man City. Man City to win the game. Mahrez to score a goal. Alvarez to score a goal. And Flynn Downs to get booked. £100 cash to one of you lot. To enter in the live chat, please put the following phrase:
a walker in the park.
a walker in the park, get that into the live chat, and you'll be entered into the giveaway. Should that bet win, one of you win £100 cash. As simple as that. Gonzo, you've seen the teams. What are you thinking? I mean, we'd already written the game off. I think you can only write it off even further now.
I know it does. It's a comedy. I've got to say, there's a comedy element to the bench thing. I've got to say. I mean, the team's a team. We both suspected that he probably would go with 3 at the back, and that's to be expected. But the bench thing and the
do you know something? As much as we take the piss, Gonzo, like, why has he not got Mubama and
it's ridiculous
George Earthy on there or something?
Because he can't help himself.
And I know they might be tired. I know they've played a lot of football themselves. I bet if you were to say to them, "Do you want to come up?" You might not get on the pitch, but you might get 10 minutes. They'll both be there just like that. You know what I mean?
I can't think, and I don't know that much about every other manager in the Premier League. I can't think there are too many that wouldn't have done that, because I do think that other managers would understand the value of taking those youngsters up there for that and for the trip. If nothing else, as a reward for how well the under-18s have done.
And they wouldn't have just got the bug this morning. They would have known yesterday that they've got a bug or whatever.
I mean, yeah. This fast-acting bug. Don't muck around that bug. They're all fine at 5 o'clock. Don't know what's happened. Arsenal, sorry. Just sorry. Yeah, I mean it's naughty and it's wrong. It just doesn't give people any encouragement. It's one of the numerous reasons why I'm fed up with the bloke, quite frankly. But obviously I'll change my mind if he wins today. But it's not great. It's not great for the young players. It really isn't. And he's not proving a point to anyone by doing it. It's not like last season he could have done that and proven a point to the ownership and said, "Look, this is why I need investment in the squad." But he's had it. He's had loads and loads of money, just tons, more than PSG or Real Madrid have spent. Or he's had loads of money, and he still has got an empty bench there. So I don't really know what he's doing. Let's hope he knows what he's doing anyway. But as you said, I think it's going to be an interesting one, Joe, because I think there's none of us are really expecting anything. I'm sure we'll find out when you ask for the scores in a minute.
Yeah, I'm actually dreading what the score predictions are going to come in. This is honestly, because with the squad so small anyway, and we're missing some players, I think he'd been better off just not starting Antonio and Bowen and just resting them and just put them on the bench. And if he gets questioned by the penalty, just have a bit of cojones and say, some of my players were out ill, so I decided that we're not going to win, so I've rested them ahead of the Man United game. Simple as that. I've used my squad.
Andy Walsh thinks we're going to win.
They're
coming in. It's gone too early with the scores, folks.
And also,
how many times do you think we've said in previews, this is not the team we expect David Moyes to pick, this is the team that we'd like him to pick? How many times have you said that? More than 100.
Often. I try to not say it every preview, but it's difficult sometimes.
The same.
Anyway, I just want to say a quick thank you. While you guys are here, get your thoughts in about the team. We don't want to know your score prediction. Get your thoughts in about the West Ham team, the Man City team. Any major hopes or worries you have going into this one, but not your score prediction just yet. While we say thank you to JP for the £2. Says that he enjoys the channel and that we're taking the Mickey out of kids' drawings. And also for Mary Poppins, who says, if you donate, it reduces the goal difference. Can't confirm that does not happen, but we appreciate your super chat all the same. Thank you very much. Hammer 1999 says, I like the team. Experimental, gives game time to Downs and Finals who may be needed. Finals and Paqueta sliding balls into Bowen and Antonio excites me. Ben says it's a good lineup. There's a good balance of the team being strong enough to maybe pick up a result, not tank the goal difference, while also being able to take the likes of Antonio and Bowen.
Where's his picture? Where's your picture, Ben?
It's got the bug.
He has. Yeah, he looks so. It's just ill. Just looks ill. He's taking it down.
Frank says, I will seriously laugh if he plays this first team against Manchester United next and Brentford and then Alkmaar. Dan's not keen, says it's a bit rubbish. We're losing. It isn't even going to be a contest. And Matt says you might as well just start Lanzini and rested Paqueta.
I absolutely agree, Matt. Actually, I absolutely agree.
Andy said, I'm shocked with how poor the team is, and he's not very happy with David Moyes. Scarborough says he'll take a defeat and then go beat United at home.
Yeah, I would.
Dan says he's triple captained Haaland this week in Fantasy League, and it looks like he's made the right choice.
Yes.
Well, he's already got a goal against Fulham, so that's...
Oh, double week in fantasy football, was it? For
for some
West Ham,
teams, I'm doing okay. I'm holding on. I've got a couple of people breathing down my neck on
Are you still... Let's... Come on. Let's not be too modest. Are you still top of the league?
Of the Patron League, yes.
The Hammers Chat Patron League is still top.
There's a couple of people breathing down my neck here.
Are you still 17,000th best player in the world?
22,000 now. I've dropped down a bit.
Come on. I mean,
out of 11 million, though, so I'll take it.
No, this is it. It's absolutely impressive.
I've captained Haaland, but not triple captain. But it's boring. Everyone's got to captain him, otherwise you lose places. So everybody in the top, however many people, have to captain Haaland every single week. If you gamble and get it wrong, you're in trouble, aren't you? So anyway, Jazza says huge game for Souček, but Souček's not playing, so it's not. Thomas says, to be honest, if we play some of the youth, it might mentally scar them for life after the run around they're probably going to get. On the bench, though, I think that takes the pressure off them. Obviously, if it's 0-0, you don't bring them on.
And to be fair, Ben Johnson made his debut against Man City, and he turned out all right.
Yeah. Hammer Boy says Paqueta's going to go for an evening stroll tonight. I can see it as well. That's the worst thing. John's questioning why we're playing Bowen and Antonio.
Because they haven't got the bug, apparently, Joan.
Ben has now added a picture.
Oh, nice.
Of a ladybug.
Oh, ladybird. Oh, is it bug? It's the bug. He's got a bug. Yes, ladybug. I've always thought it was ladybird. They're not birds, they're bugs. Why do we call them birds? Does anyone else call them ladybirds?
Like the lady part these days. Is it not a them bug?
Probably not. No. It's non-specific.
Them's bird.
Yeah.
Them's bird. I like your them's bird. Michael says, I think we lose this game, unfortunately, to any of our starting 11, but a good performance and a surprise result could kickstart the form of fringe players. Scott thinks it's insane that Areola's not started.
I agree, Scott. Sorry, I don't know why I just went, I just agreed. That meant I agree.
Edward says, Henry Winters, a really good journalist, has stated that Rice, Souček and Aguirre travelled up north and went back at 2:00, so it was too late to bring any of the youth players up.
Oh. Rice, Souček and Aguirre travelled.
I reckon at 2 p.m. you ring Mubama. I reckon he's in Manchester by 5.
He was, yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you to Breezy. He's saying the same thing what Henry Winter has just said. Assume it's on Twitter because that looks like a copy and paste.
Someone they must have got to the service station or something. What happened?
Ron says, come on, stop moaning. We weren't getting anything out of this game, so why not rest players? Antonio shouldn't be playing.
I think we've been having a laugh, Ron.
I don't think anyone's been.
I think we've been having a laugh. I think you're not reading the room, Ron. I think we've been being very silly, actually.
I don't think anyone's moaning at this one. I think everybody's
joking. We're all joking. Yes, gallows humour, Ron.
It's just the way of dealing with things, isn't it? Ben saying Ben Johnson masterminded the bug so he could finally make the bench.
He's such a good Ben. He's doing well, Ben, today.
Yeah, he's in good form, and he updated his profile picture really quickly as well.
It's always worked, you see.
Sonny said Ladybird's the English version, but Ladybug is the American version.
Ah, I see. There we go.
And then Bug is the 2023 version.
Don't see too many of them these days, the Ladybird, Ladybug. Don't see them much.
Maybe COVID wiped them all out.
Might have done. That was the irony that the bug caught a bug and got wiped out.
Frank says, can't take another season of not seeing youth and knowing exactly why. GCP reckons Rice, Souček and Aguirre will be at clubbing in Manchester tonight.
Imagine. Oh, that'd be great in the old newspapers. It'd be good when it turned on Sky Sports News. They'd be doing that, the purposeful frown with their faux mock disgust that they would. Rice, Souček dancing on the table.
Dean has said that X has said Rice, Aguirre and Souček should be available for Man United. What's the chance of that?
Well, I'm sure they've got a quality virologist who travelled up with them to the service station, took one look at them and said, it's all right. Breathe into that. You'll be fine.
Mark Boy says Rice has been seen having dinner with Arteta.
Yeah.
Rice is helping out. Well, he wouldn't be doing Arteta any favours tonight anyway, that's for sure. Scarborough says, Mubama's good enough to step up. Earthy as well. Need to see these boys in the squad if we're definitely safe. Brandon says, never approached a game with such little hope of a win. West Ham of years gone by, we always picked up a surprising result here and there, not under David Moyes. I'm just hoping that Haaland gets the goals.
Oh, I don't worry about a goal difference. Obviously,
I think he just mean like if we lose 2-0, he hopes that Haaland gets some probably for his fancy
league team. Cool. Sorry.
Hammer 1999 says this is potentially our first choice midfield next season. Oh.
Well, I hope not.
Well, I'd like to think we'd buy someone. I appreciate what you're saying, which is Rice is off, and we could have Souček off as well. But I'd like to think we'd bring in one or two at the same times as well. So, I mean, this is the thing. So I think what this has done, actually, Frank, thank you for sort of triggering the thought process. So what are your thoughts on Moyes rested those three players, but started all the other first teamers that clearly look shattered? I mean, what this has done is it's stopped the discussion about the inclusion of Bowen and Antonio to some extent. Do you know what I mean? It feels like because those aren't playing, because there's a bug, you almost not let Moyes off the hook per se, but you feel like his hand's forced a little bit, and that's why he's gone with Bowen and Antonio just to retain some sort of chance, and we don't get completely battered.
Yeah, I mean, it's all you can do in terms of the resting players is use the evidence that you have, and the evidence of and what we have is we got a couple of seasons in European football, David Moyes managing, and he did that. We were saying last season, he didn't. I think on a number of occasions, I said if he has the data, like the fitness data, he might be dismissing it. He's not using it. He doesn't appear to recognise when players are knackered, and that's what we were saying last season. And then this season, he appears not to be recognising when players are knackered. I think that's my issue with it. So, what are my thoughts on Bowen and Antonio being in the team? I'm not surprised because I don't think Moyes knows they're knackered. That's just the same way I don't think he did last season. I think maybe he does. Maybe just expects a second wind. Maybe it'll come. I suspect. I hope it does. But I suspect he doesn't really think. He thinks they can play. Basically,
I'll tell you what Anton Fernand said about that. Remind me in a second while I'll do a couple of comments. Lewis says, here you go, Kerr. Your reward for your good performance several weeks ago against Arsenal is an away game against an in-form Man City, baying for blood. Good luck with that one. Not wrong. Michael said, don't understand why the players with the bug didn't go into the Man City room and kiss all their players for good luck.
Quite right. On the mouth as well. Not a little peck on the cheek either, Michael.
Very specific. And thank you too. I started it. I did start it. Why is it not coming up? I don't know. Thank you to Ray. It says, get the dosh out now. No chance in a couple of hours. Thank you very much, Ray. Much appreciated. So, as part of our Patreon, this is where we're going to promote Patreon. Thanks to Gonzo for mentioning fatigue, because I'm going to tell you what Anton Fernand told me earlier, which is a podcast exclusive to Hammers Chat Patreon. What is Hammers Chat Patreon? Where you can get new videos and more videos, such as the Anton Fernand podcast, from £3.60 per month. You support the channel. You can go to patreon.com/Hammers Chat. Link is in the description below. And for your monthly subscription, you get more videos, more content, entry into our giveaways, online discount at our online store where we sell merch such as this and such as that. So if you fancy helping us out, it'd be much appreciated. Without Patreon, we wouldn't be able to do one video per day per channel. Take Patreon away, you'll get 2 videos a week per channel, and that is that. So thanks to that lot, thanks to the people that subscribe over there, we give YouTube videos for free every day. So thank you very much to them. Anyway, Anton Fernand.
What did Anton say? Yeah.
So I asked Anton today. For those who don't know, when we do the podcast with him, he's very honest, and it's nice to get. He speaks as a West Ham fan, but he also speaks as a former professional Premier League footballer. So I asked him, is fatigue really like a thing? Because we've got this theory that the players are looking tired and stuff. And when he was speaking about the Crystal Palace game, he said that's not fatigue. He said, because fatigue, you gradually get tired as the game goes on. He said they were crap from the first minute. He said that's an attitude problem. He said that isn't fatigue. So if they were tired, they would have been on it at the start, and then gradually it would have got worse as the game went on. He says, but from the very first whistle at Selhurst Park, so we were not on it at all. He said that's not fatigue. That is attitude. So he's not really buying into the thing that it's an attitude problem. Sorry, that it's a fatigue problem. He thinks it's a an attitude one at Crystal Palace at the weekend. So that was his
Wow.
theory was you would notice a
Oh.
difference in the first half and second half. It was tiredness. You didn't. We just weren't at it. We didn't want it.
Interesting. I see what I'm going to do. I'm going to sign up to Hammers Chat Patreon, patreon.com/HammersChat to find out what else was said in that regular Anton Ferdinand
And thank
podcast.
you to Grant, because Grant has literally just gone and joined Patreon.
Hey!
So thank you very much.
You know what you can do, Grant, by the way, is a little Brucey bonus, say no more. You can actually go back and watch all the previous stuff as well. So hey, not bad.
Anyway, where will I go? Oh, I've lost it. There was one I was going to click on. But
Player ratings tomorrow, Grant.
Yeah, we do have that one. Frank saying he enjoyed Anton's podcast I did with him earlier. He predicted 2-2 for this game, though, so he's a little bit wild as well as honest.
He is. We didn't say he was an accurate predictor.
Saying that if it's 2-2, I'll tell you what, he can be an accurate predictor.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, time for you to get your score predictions in. And while I'm clicking on all your score predictions, and please make it obvious who you're going for, because if you put 4-0, I might think you're going for a West Ham win. So make it obvious who you're doing. And while you guys do that, Mr. Charlie Walsh, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Am I muted? I didn't check.
No.
A lot of water time to be alive. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Yes, I'm good. Come on then, let's get the results of this team, will we? Let's see what they're saying.
Okay. We asked, how do you feel about the starting 11? Now, unsurprisingly, people aren't vibing it. 10% are very happy, 13% are fuming, 34%, it's all right, and 41% said, yeah, it's poor. And I think it's safe to say that, yeah, it is poor. That's fair. That's fair. You can't see it any other way, really.
I'm really worried about our midfield today. Man City tend to overrun any midfield, but that's a very poor team in there with Downs, Paqueta. Depending on how he plays, if he puts Fanals in there with them, or he uses Fanals on the left and Bowen on the right, either one.
Let's be real. We're playing against Manchester City. We're not going to be playing. Our midfield's not really. Our midfield is going to be there to do what they can. And then when we're on the attack, we're just going to bypass them completely anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Antonio will be in the midfield. This is what will happen. Everyone and most people will be in the midfield.
I mean, he's going to be shattered. He is going to be very, very, very tired by probably like the 5th minute. It's going to be a problem. I don't know. Look, I had no hope. Let's say that confidence is different. I had no hope going into it, regardless. This hasn't really changed much. It's a bad team, but we're going up against Manchester City. I suspected we were going to lose anyway. Yeah. So, it is what it is.
I think the most common score is 5-1 Man City.
Wow.
I think we'll get a goal. Wild. Okay.
I mean, I was thinking that as well. I'm not even taking the piss. I was thinking that's optimistic. I don't think it'll be. I don't think we'll concede that many. I think the game will be done by halftime. We're here to protect whatever it is. Even when we go 2-0 down, I think we'll still just defend. I think we're here to try and just get out of this with little damage as possible. And that was my thinking before Rice-Gerd and Souček were out of the team. So you take them out, and Christ, I'm surprised he's putting an extra defender in there. Ben Johnson started ahead of Jared Bowen just to really try and close that gap. So I think we'll get to half-time. It might be 2-3-0 Man City. I wouldn't be surprised if it finishes like that as well, because while Moyes will be keen to protect the goal difference, Pep will be keen to get his big guns off the pitch tonight. I think Rodri and Haaland in particular are the two he'll be thinking, I need to get them off ASAP, really, and probably Grealish as well, if possible. So that's the worst thing is the biggest positive for tonight is that Man City have a Champions League semi-final next week, and that's a really wild thing, but that is our biggest positive going into today.
Hey, we got a semi-final.
Same. Can't wait for Thilo Kehrer to start in that and destroy that as well as he's going to destroy this. It's going to be great. It's difficult when you're playing four defenders and Thilo Kehrer. It's a problem, It's not.
He's had a little cheeky insult.
He's the worst.
What are you bringing?
He's not called him. I got that joke. You see, Gio. He's not a defender. Is what he's saying.
That's the bit. That is the bit. I'm not really sure what he is. He's barely a footballer, if we're being honest about it.
What are you on about? His last game against Arsenal was really good.
Geo, he's had one good game. That does not a footballer good make.
When he first joined, he had plenty of good games.
He had
Moyes...
He had like 3 or 4 good games at the beginning. That's totally fair. And then once he settled in, he was maybe the worst defender I've ever seen.
He wasn't settled in. Moyes moved him. Once Moyes moved him, then he started playing crap. Bro,
thankfully it's a back 3. Back 3 is the only hope we have for this man. He is maybe the one, and it's going to be this is good luck,
played well at the start. Then he got moved about, and then he got played right back. Played crap. Continued to play it right back. Continued to play crap, and then he got moved back to centre back, and he played well again.
One good game.
He's only played one game. How many bad games?
But what I'm saying is I can't sit here and have confidence in a guy who, for basically an entire season, has been one of the biggest liabilities I've ever seen play at West Ham. And then he has one game and go, do you know what? He's going to deal with Haaland. That's not going to happen. He has the worst. I have better defensive positioning than him, and I wasn't even a defender when I did play football. And now I've put on about 200 pounds since then.
You are positioned really nicely on the screen there. I've got to say. Charlie, you know what I mean? You've taken up a position on the edge of the screen. Charlie's
concern is Thilo Kehrer, despite the fact that we see Haaland up against
because this is the thing. This is the thing, right? We're playing a back 3. This is the thing with this team. I have faith in like the structure of it, right? I have faith that David Moyes will set up essentially to just all out defend, like you're saying. It doesn't matter how many goals we go behind. Like you say, let's just get in, get out with what we can. We move. Like there's going to be no vibing this, right? It's going to be what it is. And then I'm looking at it, and there's this big, great, whopping gap in the middle where Thilo Kehrer usually should be standing because he structurally has no clue what's going on. His positioning is all over the shop. There's times where they score a counter-attack, and he is still somehow our furthest player forward. He has no defensive positioning. That's my worry about it, is when you're in a system, when you're defensively like having to be ourselves, you are only as strong as your weakest link. And our weakest link is Thilo bloody Kehrer. Positioning.
I'm not gonna disagree with the positioning thing. Go back to the video I did on the forum channel when we beat Wolves at the London Stadium. That's when I said Kehrer's positioning is awful, and I got a lot of stick for it because we'd won. And said, "What are you on about?" And I said he was all over the shop at right back, but he's a centre back. And Moyes has killed him.
Like I said, this is the one position I'm like, please. And even then, I'm having flashbacks to flipping Marcus Rashford, approaching him from out of nowhere where he was playing right back in a back. Sorry, he's playing right centre back in a back 3. Marcus Rashford score a header over him. And to be honest, I'm not even sure to this day Thilo Kehrer thinks Marcus Rashford exists.
Oh, come on. That's the same. That was the same as Paqueta's goal against Bournemouth, where the attacker has the momentum. They're running in, they take flight, and the defender's jumping from a standstill.
He didn't know he was there. But he didn't even know he was there. I don't disagree with that. Look, me and you, we both share a love to some extent for Andy Carroll. And if there's one man who was all about momentum running into the box, it was Andy Carroll. I can appreciate that as day is long. My man didn't know he was there. He was just there. He stood still. And then all of a sudden,
listen, I'm not saying Kehrer's a fantastic centre. I'm not. I'm just saying in his previous game, he played very well against Arsenal.
Mate, he had one good game. I can't have any faith in a guy who's had one good game.
He had more good games. I reckon I could go find a video on the forum channel from Gonzo saying Kehrer is class. What a bargain, I think he labelled him as.
Look, I probably said, I'm not even going to sit there. I probably said it. Look, I'm live for several hours on a match day. You cannot tell me I did not at the beginning of the season when he was playing well go, oh, we've done pretty well there. We've done pretty well there. I was relatively happy when we signed him, but then I saw him play football.
I was happy because I've seen him at Schalke. I don't know what he's done at PSG. I don't watch French football, but I've seen him at Schalke, and I thought he was decent there. Rash, but a decent player, comfortable in possession. But that's a centre back. We've got the centre back I thought we'd get. What are you wanting? What are you wanting?
I just wanted to let you know.
What do you want? What do you want, huh?
Now, what's your view on Thilo Kehrer?
What do you think, huh? Come on in. But get off the fence. Come on. What's your view? Take a side. Come on.
I've got I made a curry earlier, like homemade curry, and I got like a pouch of pilau rice from Aldi. It was only 39 pence. It takes 2 minutes, but I sort of wanted to, sort of get sorted out, get ready for the game. Give me curry a blast. So I've got to heat the curry up and the pouch of P39 pence pilau rice. So I'm just wondering if we can wrap the Kera thing up. I can get an eat me
once
curry.
you give your opinion,
Yeah,
and
what's
so
your
we
opinion?
can. You can once you give us your opinion, and then let's flip flop. We want a strong, decisive opinion from you. Is he good or is he bad? We don't want anything in between. That's what we need.
No, it's
And then
nuanced. It's
no,
nuanced.
we don't want nuance, Gonzo. This is YouTube. We want big. We want a thumbnail with a big arrow on it with the pointed to Karen. We want one word. It either says good or it says bad. Which one we having?
Yeah, it is chicken curry. Thank you. Okay, look, right back, no good. All right, centre half.
It sounds a bit. There's too much nuance
I think
going on.
I think he's a decent player at centre half.
Okay, all right. I will concede. I will concede. Outvoted. That's fine. That's how democracy works. But in a lot of ways, with democracy, I disagree with the
Well,
result.
you can do what you want. When we disappear, it's a benevolent dictatorship. You've got 2 hours on your own. You could just slate us for 2 hours on the interweb, and we can't do anything about it. Do you know what I mean?
This is what I do, Gonzo.
And to be fair, you got credit in the bank, Charlie. All right, got credit in the bank of the why have I forgotten his bloody name? The fella, the Crystal Palace fella,
Schlapp.
Jeffrey Schlupp, mate.
Schlupp. He was giving it.
I called Jeffrey Schlupp, and I called
it.
And I said Jordan Ayew, and everyone mocked me.
I don't remember that bit, but I remember the Jeffrey
here we
Schlupp
are
bit.
In a Schlupp Ayew goal-scoring universe. You know.
Yeah, you said about the Schlupp, and you got it right.
Can I just pop something up?
Yeah.
We had her right back. You just sat there going,
my fellas got getting this curry and the microwave and the pilau rice. You understand? I'd love to stay here and debate this further with you guys. But I gotta go. It's lovely. Subscribe and any other stuff. And I'm gonna go and delete that bit. I mean, what a right back, though. What a right back, honestly. Top quality. I'd never let it say I don't call it. What a player. It was clear. The very moment I clapped eyes on him, I thought that's his position. Problem position for us. West Ham, play him at right back. Oh, brilliant. That was impressive. That was done. You did pop that up very quickly.
I just searched Hammers Chat Fordham Carver and it was there.
Someone said, it was a bloody Hammers Chat addicts, weren't it? It was a Hammers Chat patron addicts. I bet they found it.
And went and got it.
Okay.
What's your score prediction?
What's
your score prediction?
Oh, I'm just going with a 3-0. Obviously we'll win if Kera plays at right back, but if he's at centre back, then we got problems because I think it's much better.
Anyway, enjoy your tea. Thank you very much, Gonzo. Charlie, I'm going to disappear as well. Well, that was entertaining. I enjoyed that. That was good fun. Charlie, I'm gonna.
You've done big work there.
He definitely did another video that said like, I think he called Kera like a sensational signing or something. I was actually looking for that one and found the right back one. And as I was looking, he was saying to you, "I don't like him at right back." I thought he's sure about that. I've got evidence, which suggests that you do. I'm going to say 3-0 Man City, but I'm also going to go one further and say it'll be at least 2-0. Before half time. I think the job will be finished in 45 minutes. But Charlie, I should be back at half time for a chinwag with you then.
Sweet. I shall see you there. Thank you, Geo. Also, thank you, Gonzo, wherever you may be making curry. And thank you all for joining. I hope you're all well. I hope you're good. We'll get to our score predictions in a second, but spoilers, they've both just stolen my prediction there. So we'll see how that goes. However, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least confident possible, 10 being the most confident possible, how confident are you of a West Ham result today? A West Ham result, by the way, can be a draw in this case. You can say a draw, but we will get fully onto score predictions in about 10 minutes time-ish, pardon me. But I hope you're well. I hope you're good. Unlike a lot of the West Ham team, apparently, there is an illness bug going around. If you're looking at the lineup up at the bottom of the screen and you're thinking, oh, he's rotated a bit. Well, he's had to. There is an illness going around. And when you look at the full team, it shows a slightly different picture. Fabianski in goal with Sufal, Kera, Ogbonna, Cresswell, and Emerson in defence in what looks like a back five. Where the midfield makeup is, it's either going to be Downs and Paqueta in midfield, potentially with Pablo Fornals in there as well, with Jared Bowen and Mikel Antonio up front. The substitute bench, we've only got 7 on the bench today. Amazingly, he's decided to include a youth player, but unbelievably, it's a goalkeeper. Could just put youth team defenders on there. No, He's not decided to do that. Areola, Anang, Johnson, Lanzini, Cornet, Danny Ings, and Saeed Benrahma. Bit wild. It's just wild. Like I say, there's an illness going around. It's the way it is when you look at that team. And obviously, as Gio was saying, I strongly agree. I think tonight is all going to be about structure. It's going to be about defensive work. It's going to be about stopping the opposition as much as humanly possible. Even if we're 2-0 down, it will undoubtedly continue to be an all-out defensive display. That's just the way it's going to be. I always am. I'm a manly man, Lewis. I'm a manly man. Good to see you, Gio. But it's not a vibey team. It's not a vibey team. It's one that I don't have massive amounts of faith in. It's one that, and not just for Tito Cara. I mean, it's just a worrying side. But we've seen with the 3-4-3-5-3, whatever, 5-2-3, however you want to break it down. Previously, when David Moyes has been here, we've played this formation. Actually, we have been able to sort of give teams a run for their money, and we've been very successful with it at the beginning. So I'm hoping that we can channel a bit of that in this display and really put forward a strong, solid performance that maybe gives us the opportunity to go and nick a goal. Like I said, when G was saying maybe the most popular prediction was 4-1, 5-1, that sort of stuff, I struggle to see us scoring. I think after a game in which it looked like we were absolutely shattered, seeing Jared Bowen and Mikel Antonio again is a bit scary. But yeah, I don't know. I do actually have one bell, to be fair. There is one bell. Whether or not we use it, who knows? But I do have a bell. I do have one bell. But yeah, my confidence level is very much being echoed in the chat right now. -10, -10, 0, 1, 1, -69, +69. That's 0, but nice and nice. 0, 7, -10, 0. 2 because he's not playing right back. Vibes. I was at 8 stupidly until I saw the team. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, even it would have been difficult today regardless. But the fact that you look at this team, you look at the lineup, and look, hopefully it goes okay. There's something there if we can just stop them from getting forward. And as I said in the last game where Crystal Palace were breaking us down too easily, I've seen us stop Manchester City before and keep them out with a good solid performance. And these players are capable of putting it in. If they can do that, then that gives us the opportunity to just basically boot it at Mikel Antonio and hope him and Jared Bowen can create a madness. But it's gonna be a long afternoon. Steve, hope Rhodes is treating you well. Barely a 1 tonight. It's gonna be difficult. Nice, but also yes, an absolutely terrifying one. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a long. It's gonna be a solid list. Get the Eagles out, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's going to be a long one. Mainly because when you look at the Manchester City scene, I've kept it on that picture, have I? Let me find the actual. Hang on. No, that's the wrong one. Where is it? No, that's not the one either. Bro, I'm clicking too soon. That's what it is. There we go. Moreno, Ortega starts in goal with Walker, Stones, Diaz, and Ake in defense. We have Rodrigo, Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, Alvarez, Grealish, and Haaland. Their bench: Edison, Phillips, Gundogan, Laporte, Gomez, Akanji, Peroni, Foden, and Rico Lewis. Yeah, scary, isn't it? Very, very scary. Gavdog, he is ill. If you missed it, the team, there is an illness bug going around, and so there are quite a few players out with illnesses, basically. Gerd, Souček, and Rice, all out, which is why you see the team as it is. But yeah, look, it's a terrifying team. It's a strong team. They've got a lot of great players on their bench. It just is what it is. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, really, in this sort of situation? I know there's been a conversation, let's say, about whether or not the illness is real or whether it's an excuse and all this stuff. I'm 100%. I 100% believe it. I think the illness is true. I think that's real. I just look at it and I say, look, that's where we're at. I think if you were going to rotate, you would have just rotated, and this is past rotation. You would include them on the bench because that would be silly not to. It'd be silly to hamper yourself to being less than 7 substitutes. So it's real in my opinion. It's just a bit crap. So So let's talk about sub bingo. Sub bingo is, of course, the game where we predict when David Moyes will make his first substitution. You don't have to say the player, although I'll have them 7 of them scrolling along the bottom there, just in case you wanted to try and say that. All that matters is the minute. I'm going to go 69 as per usual, and I'm going to say it will be 69 minutes. Paqueta for Lanzini. Paqueta for Lanzini, 69 is what I'm going to go with. Bold, but still. I know, it's wild. It's genuinely bananas that they've done that. I quite like it. I think it's a vibe. But at the same time, wild. Shout out to Noah, by the way. If you don't know, Noah was an amazing guest on Two Spanners, One Hammer this week. Also, young Tom was there, I guess. But Noah, if you haven't checked that out on patreon.com/hammerchat, you should definitely do it. Best time of the month to join, beginning of the month, although they've moved that rule now. But hey, it's still the best time of the month to join. Why not go wild? Patreon.com/hammerchat. There was a comment. I'm scrolling up trying to find it. I can't find it. It was Dave. It was Acid D who said it, talking about Downs. This is the beautiful thing about this situation. Stress. You probably should be playing Live Spook, dude. There you go. I'm also not very well, but I haven't spoken about that yet because you know how these things go. It is, as much as it sucks that the illnesses are the way it's gone and our team is the way it looks and everything else, I think it is a great opportunity for someone like Flynn Downs to try and make a sort of mark on this, to try and get something out of this game, because realistically, it's going to be a long and difficult game, and actually, it's a huge, huge test for Downs. I'll be honest, I've not been super convinced by him for a while. I've not been super convinced by him for a while, and this is a massive test for him defensively. What is it actually made of? Because if you said to me, in a team, in a match where you have to defend, who are you putting in? I would put in Souček ahead of Downs. I know most people disagree with that, but I would. This is a massive, massive opportunity for him to prove himself, basically, to prove himself. And it's a great opportunity. And it's a good opportunity as well for others in the team as well. Fornals, who's obviously been out for a while, I think there's been a lot of calls for him to come in. I was disappointed when he came in the last game. I thought his performance wasn't up to scratch. I'm a huge Pablo Fornals fan, I'm one of the biggest Pablo Fornals fans, and I didn't think he was amazing in that game either. So again, it's another good opportunity for someone like him as well. It's just going to be a game where we sort of have to hope for the best. You just sort of have to hope for the best. Okay, I'll star it and I'll try to remember. Feel free, once the game's beyond doubt, to message it again, and if I forget, I'll give you a little sprinkling of a preview now, but I'll go into it a bit more later. But it's good. Stu, I hope you're well. I don't know what was happening to my throat there. Something weird happened. Stu, I hope you're well. Subscribe to the Disabled Team if you don't already. Let's have a look at some of these some sub bingo, shall we? Scrolling down, trying to find the beginning of them. It's moving like mad. Here we go. I can't find. There we go. Rebecca comes in strong with the 84th minute. 45. Even TalkSport thinks the sickness is fake. I don't believe anything TalkSport say any of the rest of the time. Why would I start now? It's kind of my vibe on it. There's no point in it being fake, in my opinion. TDT is saying the 80th minute, Antonio, 15 minutes, Moyes brings himself on. Areola, first minute. I'm assuming it's just, vibe. Just throw some curveballs in the works. Why not? In a game like today, where, probably. In a game like today, where it's going to go badly, let's just throw some curveballs in there. Let's just see what happens. Just lob them in. What's the worst that can happen? 81st minute corner for Antonio is a very strong shout. It's a very strong shout. We need to rest Antonio. What are we going to do? I don't know. Leave him on for basically the entire game. That's the vibe. But yeah, why not just throw some curveballs in there? Get Areola in there. Get in minute 1. Then second minute, make another sub. Put, I don't know, Johnson up front or some madness. Do you know what I mean? Just go wild. Just go wild. Just keep him guessing. Who knows what's going to happen next? Why not? Why not is the question. Why not is the question I ask. Cornet, 45 minutes for Antonio Lanzini for Paqueta is actually quite a strong shout. And I would sort of hope for that, but because rest-wise, I think it's necessary, but whether or not it happens or not is another thing. And then on the 93rd minute, he scores to make it 1-0 West Ham. Joshua, I love your thinking. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. It's the sort of thing I would do in FIFA. Wayne's saying Ariota on for Antonio 34 minutes when he starts. Yeah. He's gonna be run firmly into the ground today. I mean, that's my big concern. If I put the teams back up along the bottom of the screen, that's my big concern is Mikel Antonio. Jared Bowen is sort of an endless tire workhorse guy. He's just tireless, doesn't stop. I mean, he should be showing a bit of signs of tiredness, to be fair, recently. But realistically, like he out of the two of those men, he's the one where I'm like, he can keep going. Antonio, man, it's such a dangerous game. But then again, we just literally have no one else unless he's going to put Mubamba in. And realistically, he's not going to do that, is he? He's just not going to do that. Johnson for Paqueta. The idea of bringing on another defender is probably quite accurate and something I would not be surprised if he did. Do you remember Fredericks playing right wing that one time against Villa? That kind of vibe, you know? Just bring someone else. Just bring someone in. Just see what happens. He's an attacking midfielder, so he can play he can play central midfield as well. Attacking midfielder, kind of number 10 vibe. Sort of in that mold. Similarly to a Kevin De Bruyne in mold of positions, not skill, obviously. But someone who's a 10 who can sort of drop in, he can sort of do a box to box. He's a good lad. He's a good lad. A bit past it, bless, but he's a good lad. 45 minutes, Paqueta. Cornet is always offside. Yeah, but at least he's trying to make runs, is my vibe on the issue. Don't get me wrong, he is, but at least he's trying to make runs. 70th minute, Cornet for Antonio is a strong one. There we go. Let's get on to score predictions, ladies and gentlemen. We've been speaking about the game for about an hour. You've heard about the teams. You've heard about the sickness. You've heard about the opposition. You've heard about the subs. You've heard about it all. You've heard about Curry. You've heard about Tilo Kehrer, maybe too much. Okay? We've spoken about it from every angle. So now is the time to lock those score predictions in. No more flipping, no more flapping, no more if, ands, or buts. This is the time where we grab our score predictions and we lock them in. I'm going to go 3-0 to Manchester City. It's annoying that they both said it, but there we go. We're here now. I'm going to say 3-0. I can't imagine it being anything else. It's going to be what it's going to be. Exactly. If anything, he's the best reason to sign up. I can't imagine it being anything else than a convincing West Ham. A convincing Man City. When I was about to say convincing West Ham, I just can't. Good to see you, Budge. He's ill. There is an illness going around in the West Ham dressing room. Hence no him. Hence no Souček. Hence no Iged. Hence the team looking so wild. There is an illness going around at West Ham. By the way, hello also to Sumo Shark and anyone else who said hello who I've missed. I apologize. I'll scroll through the chat very quickly. I apologize if I missed it. But yeah, let's lock some score predictions in. While I do that, by the way, it is, of course, on Sky Sports in the United Kingdom today, which means I am in North Idaho. I've taken my trip to North Idaho to my boys' little holiday home here in Bonus Springs. Is where I think I am in North Idaho. I think it's called Bonus Springs. Which there will be a timer in the top corner here, which will say exactly how far behind you I am, because I will be a little bit far behind you just because of the way these things work. However, if you are looking for a way to watch the game, because you can't for whatever reason, there's definitely ways you can do it. If you scroll down into the link in the description below, there's a bit there called Join Our Discord. Lovely Hammers Chat, West Ham community. But fans of all clubs are welcome. More importantly, on the West Ham side, on the left-hand side, there's a bit there called Stream Links in which you'll find what you're looking for. And let's have a look at some of these final score predictions as we close in on kickoff at the Etihad. I've just realized this. As I turn on the North Idaho TV network, let's scroll up to the top of these, figure out where we started. This chat is moving just in a wild way right now. It does this from time to time. It just starts skipping about willy-nilly is how I've decided to say that. Yeah, I'm aware. Bro, it keeps telling me it's like the North Idaho TV network is dangerous. I know it is. I know. VPNs and adblocks. 3-1 City tonight, says Lee. We find a 2-2. 3-3. I predict 2-1 to West Ham. 5-0, 4-0, 2-2, 5-0. Pep. They haven't scored yet, amazingly, Jay. Unbelievably. 4-2, says Ritesh. We got a 4-1 loss. We got a 6-0 City, 5-0 City, 8-0. Going to stick with my Desmond despite having no Rice. Come on, Dean. Let's just get some blind confidence and faith in there. I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. 5-1 City, 0-0, 4-1, 3-1, 4-1, 2-1, 4-0, 5-0. Let's smash this bunch of losers. 2-2. 3-1, 1-0 West Ham, 49th minute, then 10 defenders is a bold claim, Citrus, and I like it. 3-4 West Ham, lightning strikes twice, 2-2, 4-1. 1-1. We are gonna lose, but if we draw, I'm gonna look like a genius. Like that, Drew. I like that. I like that here. Sumo, however, is going, sorry guys, but I'm honestly going 6-0 Man City, which it's probably fair. 6-0 Man City there as well. 2-0 to the Hammers. Got to be honest with ourselves here, lads. That's how I agree. And even the outside view of Stu, who's obviously a Leeds fan, saying 4-0 Manchester City. I was going to say 5, but out of respect for the West Ham fans, I'll stick to 4. Unless that's Lee on the account currently and not Stu. Because the thing is, I think you're right, Stu, but at the same time, it's a very Lee thing to say. He loves predicting a 4-0 to West Ham's opposition, to be fair. Take 5 or 6. 4-0, 3-3, 5-1. I'm surprised there's enough sort of confidence floating around where there might be enough draws in here, but by and large, it is obviously very heavily in City's favor. Very, very heavily in City's favor. 1-0 City only because they're going to want to go anywhere near our players in case they catch a bug. There you go. Maybe that's why it's fake. Maybe you figured it out, Wayne. Maybe it's fake, right? And that's us just trying. Is there a blue moon rising on the screen, but in space? Because the blue moon, I understand. I get that bit of it. But there was space in the background. It looks like something I would make. But yeah, maybe you figured it out, Wayne. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe that's what's going on. Could be that. Could be that. Anyway, the game will be kicking off. Good luck to you, sir. Today of all days, good luck to you. It's going to be a rough one. We will be live in just a few moments' time on my screen, at least, at the Etihad. It's Manchester City versus West Ham United. A huge game for both sides. We're not going into this needing anything, but a point. I think one more point this season will mean we're safe. I think one more point this season, and we could potentially get it here. It's unlikely, as Manchester City, of course, needs to keep it up to try and keep up with Arsenal and make their comeback and Premier League hopes alive. However, we are underway. Deploy the boys. Come on, you Irons. It's time to run. 2 things indeed. We'll see how it ends up playing out. It's a big, big game. And I, for one, am a little bit terrified of it. I do. It's very blue today. This light is angled slightly weirdly because I knocked it yesterday. And it's now on my face. And it's giving me a sort of half and half thing, which I don't know how I feel about. I feel quite positive about it at the moment. But I don't know if that's where I'm going to land. We'll see how that goes. Manchester City started by passing it around. It's a 4-2-3-1 shape and pressing so far. We'll see how that ends up playing out with Pablo Fornals as the sort of more advanced central player, Emerson stepping forward into the sort of left wing role. We'll see how that ends up playing out. This is, of course, just the opening stage of the game. As Manchester City are still passing around in their defensive area. See, I'm trying to figure out, down stepping forward, there's just a massive space for Manchester City to run into. They just come flying forward. Thankfully, he goes for a shot from range. Alvarez, and it's Fabianski easily collects. We are not 2-0 up, unfortunately. We're not 2-0 up, Paul. I wish it was true, but we're not there. Yeah, it happens to the best of us, Craven. It happens to the best of us. Enjoy the match, though. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's going to be a long day, innit? Yeah, I'm interested in it. I'll tell you what, we are going for the press and harrying a bit. We are trying to force them into pumping it long. They've played around it very nicely, Manchester City, unsurprisingly, but we're going for it. They come forward here, and this is when West Ham defense mode activates. Flynn Downs just unable to keep up with Bernardo Silva. Thankfully, he turns inside, and Flynn does well to nip the ball away. We'll take a throw in. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long, long day. 2 minutes gone. So far, so good. That's the vibe I'm going with, Arthur. That's the vibe I'm going with. If we could get a point here, it would be beautiful. It'd be so good. I honestly believe that if we get 1 point, then I would be 1000% confident we're safe. Well, I would be like 99% confident we're safe. I'm pretty confident anyway. I reckon we could probably get away with not getting another point this season and still be safe. But at the same time, one extra point, looking at the way the table is, I think would be it. And this is not a good opportunity to do it. But that's why I'm like, look, if we get it, the sooner the better. Sitting back now. City sort of good work from Paquetá there to try and get it forward. A little bit of miscommunication from Rodri. Fornals almost finds Antonio on the run. Look, it's different. Going for it. It's not all out attack madness, but we're putting it on them in an interesting way, in a way that I wasn't entirely suspecting. You know. See, Logan's on my level. Logan's a learned man. Smart. Logan's a smart man. I've spoken to Logan many times on the Patreon podcast, 2 Spanners, 1 Hammer, which you can get on patreon.com/hammerstrap. It's a smart guy, Logan, you know? I think we are as well. I think we are here. I think we are as well. Like I say, that 1 point would secure it for me, but I think we are here. I think we are. And look, if we can keep a fairly respectable score here in terms of defeat and not to absolutely destroy our goal difference, then very, very good. Very, very good. Yeah, I think there is. I think all of this talk about it being fake is just unnecessary OTT talk, in my opinion. I think it's just it's just an illness. It just is what it is. The UK is very ill right now, you know? I know of 4 separate people who currently are ill, not including me or my girlfriend, who both aren't super vibing in life, you know? So I have no reason to disbelieve it. Grealish trying to work his way forward, taken down. Cleared away. So far, defensively, we're doing okay. I know it's only 5 minutes in, way too early to call that, but so far, defensively, we're doing okay. We've got good structure, held in well. It's going to be a difficult afternoon, but it's doing well. Paquetá finds himself sort of on the far most left side a lot of the time, with Pablo Fornal sort of stepping forward. It is sort of the 3-4-3, 5-2-3, however you sort of look at it. With Pablo Fornal sort of as the auxiliary left winger, but he comes very centrally. So maybe it's more of like a 3-4-1-2 type thing going on, potentially. Draconian, thank you very much for the $2 into the full-time fund. It's very kind of you. Let's go get that point today. Listen, like I said, I keep saying it. I don't think we're going to get it, but my Lord, if we did, what a time to be alive that would be. I should also say thank you to Dave, to Ray, to Mary Poppin Caps, to GP as well. Very kind of you all to lob that money in. But we be taking that. Where am I? I need to put Dave in there. Dave in there. And then Draconian. Draconian Squid, by the way. What a name. I don't mention it enough, but I should. It's a banging name. It's a banging name. Emerson ball over the top, looking for Mikel Antonio. Can't quite get there, but he's running his race against John Stones. West Ham not really arriving, maybe a bit too late for the press, but they've taken their time, and Fornal's arriving forces them to go long. Ogbonna wins that header against Haaland. Little bit of indecision. Flynn Downs loses out. We need get back, bro. Get back quick. Paquetá, good covering, stops them from going forward. Yeah, it puts a lot of pressure on us, Steve. Like playing like this and against a team like Manchester City puts a lot of pressure on us to just successfully pass the ball, which is not something we're very good at. Good tackle, Soufal. Good work. It's going to be a corner to Manchester City. He's complaining. It was 100% a corner, but good work. Just a nice, clean tackle, just stopping them from getting forward there. I don't, Henry. I think we're 5 points clear of the relegation zone with a significantly better goal difference. I can't see us dropping into the relegation zone now. Like I say, 1 point, and I think we're definitely safe. Right now, I'm like 95% confident, 90% confident. Corner to Manchester City from the left-hand side. Whipped in. Cleared away. think it was Sufal. Manchester City return and go again. So far, so Manchester City versus West Ham United. This is about as you'd expect it to go. Like I say, when they're at a goal kicks, when they're in a goal kick situation, the pressing and stuff, it's been nicer than I would expect it to be. But once they're in possession, anywhere near the sort of middle third of the pitch, as per usual with West Ham, we concertina back into our positions. And defensively, we're doing quite well. We're stopping them from getting anything. Oh, that's not a bad pass down to Jared Bowen in a foot race against Ruben Diaz. He picks up the ball wide on the left-hand side, takes it past Diaz like he's not even there. Diaz recovers very well, to be fair, and does incredibly nicely. But there was a moment there where he looked like he almost skipped past him. Like there was no stress. Good to see you, Ed. How are you, sir? Hey, up there. I got mine as well. I woke up very late and missed the initial pre-sale that I was here for. But me and my mate Luke are going. Confirmed. We are off to All In. I'm very excited. It's going to be mad. Oh, Mahrez hits it fine. Save from Fabianski. Just gets low. And it was always weird shot. Scrambly along the floor. Grealish lays it across to Mahrez, who hits it first time. It wasn't a great one, but it was hard and it was through the middle of a lot of people and manages to just get through. And Fabianski, I'll tell you what, reacts well after seeing for it late. But yeah. Where am I? That's a good question. I'll find out. Hang on, I'll open the tickets with my phone. Get up, check. Whipped in from the corner from the left-hand side. Header from Ake goes well over. It's going to be a goal kick to West Ham. Goal kick to West Ham. Yeah, I woke up late, annoyingly, but I did end up getting tickets. I heard they sold at least good tickets. I heard they sold. I can't remember. Tony Khan was tweeting about it. It's over 40,000 or something. Over 40,000, which is crazy. Where's my tickets? Where's my tickets? Is that the voice you decided to go with, Charlie? Yeah, apparently it is. Goal kicks West Ham. It's going to be a huge punt up the pitch. I don't think we have only a couple of players in our half. Massive lob, looking for Sufal and Mikel Antonio. That's where you want a bit of a check. Thomas Souček in there. He's just not there though, is he? Unfortunately, it just is what it is. I can't find. I've had him here. I can't find him. I'm in 2 something. I want to say it was like 247 or something. I think I'm in section 247 is the vibe. For some reason, I cannot find my tickets for the life of me. Oh, there we go. Mahrez on the ball, wide on the left-hand side. Cresswell, who's playing that sort of left centre-back role he played under Moyes at the beginning, just covering him out there. Manchester City look to switch sides and go again. A lot of people over there. Good positioning from Downs. I like that. Forcing Manchester City back again. Defensively, we're doing okay. Yeah, I'm in section 247. Which I think is annoyingly a little bit behind the stage. I don't know what kind of stage they're going to go with. But given how late I was, I'll take that. Grealish wide on the left-hand side. Whipped in from Bernardo Silva. Good hook from Flynn Downs just to get his foot on that. Again, we're doing okay. Oh, and this is a really good opportunity. Pablo Fornals on the ball. We've got Mikel Antonio charging forward. The pass was interesting, but we still have the ball at least. Mikel Antonio takes it round Ruben Diaz, who says no free kick, and it very, very clearly was one. Also, yeah, I don't know who said it. I saw it a second ago. Osprey being there makes sense. I mean, that was a free kick. That was one of the easier free kicks you're ever gonna give as a ref. I don't know what Ruben Diaz is claiming there, but probably should have been a yellow, if we're being honest about it. Those advertising warnings are quite big, aren't they? Manchester City. But yeah, it should probably be yellow. Whipped in from the free kick. Kera can't quite get his head onto it. Albon almost there. Hooked away from Manchester City. It's going to be thrown on the left-hand side for West Ham in a good position. It makes sense. In that sense, I would be okay with where I'm at. Ideally, I'd probably want to be. You're probably on the same. You're probably on a similar side to me, aren't you? I'm trying to remember how Wembley's situated. I can't remember. Click forward. West Ham in a good position. Oh, a little bit of a heavy touch from Ogbonna. Emerson gets the link up from Antonio. He's taken out. That's surely that's another yellow. Walker goes in very hard on Emerson there. To be honest, in a position that wasn't really very dangerous for us. Emerson was going to dink it in, but there's no one there. And Walker goes, I don't know, maybe that one's not as bad as Diaz, to be fair. That one's not as bad as Diaz, to be fair. His foot is very high. He's just trying to get the block. But it's not too bad. That one wasn't too bad. I think the first one was worse. The Ruben Diaz one was very, like, you're getting a warning for this, but next time you try anything, you get a yellow. But I'm surprised a little bit. Very expensive, yeah. I think our tickets were like 100 each. We went for the 100 tier, which ends up being with services like 112 or something. Yeah. Taken short, whipped in from Pablo Fornals, headed away. Volley from Soufal was not happening, and now Manchester City could potentially got a lot of people, but Soufal manages to keep it calm and get it. Fabianski just boots it. There was a moment there. It looks a bit more. Nodded on for Mikel Antonio to Pablo Fornals. Laid to Paquetá just outside the area. West Ham now knocking on the door. Mikel Antonio calling for an early cross from Emerson. That's not his bag, but it is Aaron Cresswell's bag if he gets into that position. Currently, he's not. Paquetá, Emerson, and Fornals sort of in that position, not allowing the space for Cresswell, who would usually sort of get high and wide on the left-hand side for a centre-back. Good tackle, Flynn Downs. Manchester City come away with it regardless. That's a nice through ball looking for Julian Alvarez. Pulled across, looking for Haaland. Good block by Aaron Cresswell. Just gets in the way. And thankfully, it dribbles into the hands of Fabianski. Yeah, I mean, the tickets for Clash at the Castle and for Money in the Bank, I tried to go to Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank especially was just bananas. There was zero chance of me getting a Money in the Bank ticket. I tried and it just was not happening. But it's a significantly bigger one. Do you know what I mean? Significantly bigger one. It's AEW, All Elite Wrestling, are doing a show at Wembley Stadium in August. All in. That's what we're talking about. Diaz just pushed Mikel Antonio. Bro, Diaz is getting a yellow card. You can't tell me it's not. If Geo Mackie is not currently putting up money on Diaz to get a yellow, I don't know what he's doing. He is getting a yellow. That was such a blatant push. Again, I said again in the Crystal Palace game with Anderson, if you've got someone who can just physically just grab a hold of Mikel Antonio and just get on him, then 100% you do that. But mate, Diaz is cruising for a yellow card early doors here. Early doors. Fabianski slips as he tries to clear that one away. It's going to be a Manchester City throw-in on the left-hand side. Yeah, I know. I was annoyed about the not being able to select it. Like, I'll take it, but I was annoyed about that as well. It's proper. He's just going for him, isn't he? He's just going for him. Good to see you, by the way, Henry. He's just having a pop at him. I think it will happen, David. I believe it will happen at this stage. Whether or not it does or it doesn't, I don't know, but I think it will. Rodri on the ball, looking to try and get Manchester City forward. Again, whilst we're in that position, we're looking defensively a lot better than we have been. From our defensive positioning, we're looking a lot better than we have been against Crystal Palace. We're just solidly in the right places, which is nice to see. On the left-hand side, trying to work their way forward, Manchester City. We're sort of giving them the option to roam into the crossing space, but not much else. And even then, we're sort of disencouraging it, and they keep going backwards. This is good. This is good. Walker found Mahrez, who tried to just reverse pass it into the path of someone, and it does not work out. Does not work out. Yeah, we need to be a little bit more switched on. We need to be a little bit more switched on coming forward. Because we're usually pretty good at it, but, you know, we need to be a little bit more switched on about it. But ultimately, if it's one chance we get it, one chance we get it. That's ultimately where we're at. We're not going to create loads of chances with this system, and we're not going to create loads of chances against Manchester City regardless. So it does put added pressure on those opportunities. The second the other two go, and even sometimes when they're there, I manage to force it in. So I'm telling you, if Geo is not on that right now, I would be shocked because my man is cruising towards a yellow card right now. A little bit static there, but they don't get forward in a meaningful way, Manchester City. Manchester City passing it around amongst themselves towards the back. I can't stress this, but defensively, we're doing well here. Obviously, attacking wise, we've not got too much, but defensively, we're doing well. And Pablo Fornal is leading the press. I quite like. He's just got the energy to do it. And he sort of, when he goes, we sort of activate it a little bit and step forward. And the press has been nice. Do you know what? We're pressing relatively well as well. We're forcing them back. The problem is once we force them back, there's a space that they just played into with Julian Alvarez and now Jack Grealish. Thankfully, they play it wide onto the left-hand side, which we should be able to deal with, and we do. Flynn down sort of in the right position to get the block. Thankfully, it's all right, but City take the throw in from the left-hand side quickly and then instantly forced back. We have to be a little bit careful because when we were pushing them slowly further back and back and back, there was just that space. We may be overly committed to it potentially. And then they ended up just, it wasn't going long. It was just playing it over the press into the midfield area and they could go forward from there, which worked out for them. We need to be just sort of a little bit switched on in those positions that we don't allow that to happen too frequently. We can force them to go long, that's fine, but we don't want to force them into just dinking it into the path of, say, Julian Alvarez and that who are in that position. Having said that, I like that we are pushing them into those sort of situations. The North Idaho TV network is letting me down. It's letting me down. But I like that we're pushing them into those positions. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. We just need to make sure that we stay switched on the rest of the time. That's all we need. That's all we need. Come on, North Idaho. Don't let me down. Idaho. That's it's an ELO reference for you there. Listen. I would say the Leeds West Ham match is going to be interesting, is all I'll say, because I don't see us getting many points between now and then, if any. And then, like I say, I think we're safe, but we realistically need one just to keep on it. We just need one. And so the Leeds West Ham match is going to be a very interesting affair, because I think you'll probably need to win that game, and we'll need to not lose. If we could get a draw against Leeds and Leicester, then we're golden. That's all we really need. But they're going to be probably it's difficult, isn't it? Because there's no easy games left, really. Come on, the internet. Don't stress me like this. Don't stress me. Sorry, North Idaho. North Idaho, not the internet. What am I talking about? Okay, we're back. Let's all just agree to draw that game. I would take that. I don't know if you should from a Leeds perspective, but I would take that. Mikel Antonio coming forward, trying to make something happen, just dribbles directly off the pitch. But he's got a difficult job today, and I don't blame him too much, but he did literally just walk off the pitch with the ball. Here's what it is. March Mike, good to see you, my friend. It's not been bad. I woke up very late. I played Fallout 4 for a bit, and now we're here. That's sort of how my day's gone. Had McDonald's earlier. You know, it's going strong. Nice control from Emerson. Finds Paquetá. Oh, nice flick to Emerson. That was nicely done, to be fair. Paquetá goes down, potential free kick, but West Ham play on. The referee allows it to play on. Don't worry, by the way. I know the time is stopped. I'm just trying to get it to where it's meant to be without having to type stuff so I can concentrate. Emerson lays it short to Cresswell. Here we go. ELO were a good band, Gav Dog. Underrated. I really like ELO. Ball in for Jared Bowen, easily collected by Ortega. So I live in London, Ian. I live in London. But when the game is only on Sky Sports or isn't being shown, I go to North Idaho to watch it legally. If you're picking up on my drift. All late shot is a good opportunity for City. They play it out wide, though. There was chance from the crowd. Played in, header from Ogbonna, gets away. It's going to be a corner. There was a couple of shouts from the fans there to shoot, and there was some moments where they maybe could have. The ball gets played in, and it's nice, big, shiny dome nods it away. It's going to be a corner to Manchester City on the left-hand side. Riyad Mahrez to take it, in swinger, whips it in. Ogbonna heads it away again. We take that. It's gonna be that's probably the best cross they've done so far. I'm sort of fine with them crossing, especially from that side. Other side, I'm a little bit more cautious because of Tilo Kehrer being there, and he's just not that strong in the air. This isn't me saying what I was saying earlier, it's just me saying he's not that strong in the air compared to Ogbonna, although Aaron Crest was on the other side, so I guess I shouldn't be that confident about that side either, should I, if we're being honest? Kyle Walker's screaming for the ball there. Remember the Pimp came to drink? I do, the Godfather. What a guy. Oh, nice passing from City. Gets him into a decent-ish position. Grealish wide. Oh, that's not a bad ball at all. Oh my God, it's still 0-0. Haaland can't quite get there. The ball from Jack Grealish was absolutely beautiful. Ball gets played out to the left-hand side. It was nicely done by Manchester City, who played through the lines quickly. And then just one touch from Grealish. Second one just lays it into a beautiful cross with the outside of his right boot. Pardon me. Mahrez rises for it, can't get there. And Haaland... It would have been difficult to convert, to be fair, but a beautiful cross. A little bit concerned about the playing right in front of our back line. That was quite easily flicked through there, but yeah. Yes, it's crazy. London. Well, I fly into Washington and then I come across because I'm in the north bit. So I fly into is it Seattle Tacoma? Is that what the airport's called? And then go across because I'm right in the northern point. I'm almost in Canada. Look at that. Haaland's only scored as many goals as Vic Watson did in 1929-30. Not that good. By the way, if you're late and you're only just joining, Declan Rice, Thomas Suchek, and Naeth Aged all have sickness bugs, so they missed tonight. They all aren't very well, so they missed tonight with a bug that's going around. If you're wondering why they aren't in the squad, any of them. City passing it around. Again, we're doing well defensively. That one chance just shook me a little bit. Ooh, not a bad crossing, but that's what City maybe need to do a little bit more. If they're looking to try and get some crosses in, just do it earlier where we're not in such a good position. Once you get to the corner quadrant, it feels that's wasteful from Ake. We take that. I mean, we did just boot it back to Manchester City. That was an outrageous waste. From us. But there we go. Should pop off at me. I mean, I'm thinking about it, weekend. But the thing is, I'd only get in qualifying. And then I'd have to come back for Sunday, I'd have to get back for Sunday. Because it's on BT Sport on Sunday, so I can watch it. Playing the ball around. I don't mind it, Ginge. Today of all days, I don't mind it. Any other game, I would mind it. But today, I'm like, do you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, that's a nice ball. The cross in is not great. And Emerson managed to get the ball to Antonio, who does well there, Mikel. Lays it short into the path of Sufal, who, I tell you what, takes it round the, I don't know who it was. I think it was out Grealish. Like, it was very easy. But the pass after that was a bit all over the shop. Played out wide, looking for Bernardo Silva, who goes up against Sufal and will win that free kick, apparently. Little sort of 50-50 head thing going on there. Sufal's the one who stays down, so you know. This is my vibe. Look, it's Manchester City. We've got an illness bug going around. We're missing the best player we've seen at West Ham since Dimitri Payet. You know what I mean? Who's a defensive player. It is what it is today. We just have to deal with it. I don't like it, but it is what it is. Glenn, who are you? Me trying to jig this. This is something I say. And it inevitably goes wrong. Oh, love that overhead. Oh, Bowen. Bowen could be in here. Oh, can't quite get him in. A little overhead kick in the middle of the park. I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Paquetá or Fornals. Almost manages to slip Jared Bowen in behind Manchester City. It would have been an incredible goal. Doesn't quite work out. Thankfully, a little bit of rushing on City's part again. We're doing okay when they're passing it around in their defense. We're doing okay. We just have to make sure that, you know, that ball over the top is not too easy. I would say this. So the Big Sam thing, I would say that. Well, I'll say it after this. But it could be a good way. We'll say it after this West Ham thing. So throw in a good area. So I'll say it in this. Big throw forward. All Jared Bowen collects the ball. Oh, there was people in the centre. He went for goal, and Ortega manages to just get the block, and now Manchester City can come away with it. Thankfully, they're not as fast as they should be with it. They're still coming forward, Manchester City. They've switched play over to the right-hand side. Thankfully, they've decided to take their time, and the chance is gone. There was a really good opportunity for a counter-attack there, but they just, frankly, it took way too long to get on board with it. But it was a really good opportunity up the other end. Jared Bowen picking up the ball, driving into a good area, and he just sort of tries to put it in the sort of corridor of uncertainty. Whether that's in the goal or not, I don't know. But Ortega gets the block where there was Mikel Antonio. I don't think was in a good position, but someone else was there. Probably Pablo Fornals. Out wide to Jack Grealish now on the left-hand side. Hits it. Sorry, right-hand side. No, left-hand side, yeah. All right. Hits it, and it's a good save from Fabianski. Well, apparently it went off the pitch before Fabianski got the touch, and it's going to be a goal kick, but it was a good opportunity for Manchester City. Just that sort of compression, we've seen it cause us a little bit of problems recently. And if you can play the ball, if you can switch sides quicker to someone like Jack Grealish or Riyad Mahrez, who are wide, and then you can sort of go a bit further forward, that helps. I'm looking at the chance again. It was a long throw around the back. Jared Bowen gets in. To be fair, the defenders are in a good position. Jared Bowen, it's a really nice control to stop it from going out. I don't know what he was trying to do. It certainly didn't feel like a cross. It doesn't quite work out. Good opportunity, a very good opportunity. But yeah, I'll say this very quickly about the Sam Allardyce thing, and to Ed, who's in the chat, Stu, who's in the chat as well, both Leeds fans. I personally think it's the wrong decision. I feel like realistically, when you look at Leeds running, it's quite difficult. And I'll be honest with you, Sam Allardyce, look, the only game where you realistically could pick up points, it feels like, is against us. And look, maybe that's the play here, because Sam Allardyce versus David Moyes sounds like a horrendous match, and it sounds like one that actually, that's a good opportunity for I was going to say Crystal Palace, for Manchester City, but Bonner clears it away well. And it's going to be a crap game, and I suspect Big Sam will probably get the better of, because we don't tend to do well against teams who set up to defend defensively like David Moyes and Sam Allardyce do. We don't tend to do very well against them, so I suspect he'll do well there. But in every other match, I think you're basically just conceding that you're going to lose at this stage, which sucks, and it shouldn't be the case. I think if you can get someone like, I don't know, Nonto, people like that playing well in a sort of similar way that Big Sam originally had Ravel Morrison playing well before Big Sam decided to try and ruin his entire career, then maybe you have something there. But I feel like Big Sam is there for the long term at this point, for next season. And I personally wouldn't want that. But there we go. Well, that's a really good opportunity for City. Hits it off the inside of the post and then it goes out for a goal kick. Flipping heck. All of a sudden, they just opened up in front of them. Rodrigo's the one who came through. Late runners. Again, not something we deal with very well. We saw that with Jordan Ayew. Little 1-2 with Haaland. I don't think the 2 was very good. I'm not going to lie. And Rodri just sort of manages to wiggle his way through. It's an awkward first touch, which gets him there. Past Ogbonna, and then as he's falling down, just hits it. It hits the inside of the post and bounces out wide on the other side for a goal kick. Flipping it. That's such a good opportunity for Manchester City. I wasn't worried. I know, but what you see, this is the thing. Yes, the problem is now you've got a manager who does not care about the attack. So if you're a guy who now is just sort of existing, like he's not going to really make the best out of any of them in attacking sense. You're taking away the one point which you arguably could say is your strongest output. You're taking that away completely to try and improve the other 2, and he's not going to significantly improve the other 2. Not in the amount of games he's got remaining, and not against the opposition he's got remaining. It's going to be a really, really tough ask. So I think the answer should have been just going for it. Personally, I think you got to go for the good points. That's the way I look at it. I could be wrong. We'll see. I don't think if he took that job without any sort of like plan for next season and staying in it, then he's dumber than I thought he was. I'll be honest. He's dumber than I thought he was. City now on the ball, just holding it. We've had 79% possession. It feels like more, which is an insane thing to say, but it does feel like more. They've only had 2 shots on target. We've had 1. Obviously, they've had 6 shots, though, to be fair to our 2. I'm relatively okay with what's going on right now. Grealish lays it short. Stones flicks through. That's really nice from Manchester City. Good recovery from Tilo Kehrer. He heard me. He said, "Charlie, you're a dickhead." He does really well there. He does really well. City manages to just play their way into that space. And he just gets into it. Oh, he does really well. You love to see it. Good work. Fewest set piece goals conceded, West Ham. Really? I guess we've been crap attacking them, not too much defending them. Bloody hell. We almost conceded one there, but that's fine. John Stones' header was wide. Big hoof up the pitch, looking for Mikhail. Referee, please. It's Pablo Fornals. He said Pablo Fornals dived. This is not the vibe. Kehrer may get better this first season. Yeah, I hope so. He's got abilities on the ball. He's really good. He's really comfortable on the ball. And I think under a different manager, it would maybe work a little bit better. I think he was somewhat of a panic buy, but I think under a different manager, he might work a little bit better. I wouldn't want to see him in a back 2 anytime soon. I'll say that much. But Jack Grealish was rolling around on the floor like he's just been punched outside a nightclub. He keeps holding his nose as if there's gonna be blood there. My G, chill out. It's fine. Diop giving away 1-0 Liverpool. You hate to see it. I like Diop as well. You hate to see it. Whipped in. Ooh, a little bit iffy. Oh, great opportunity for City, cleared away, thankfully. I'm not sure who did it. I'm not sure. I think it was Mikel Antonio. Just hooks it away. Does well. Lifted back into the box from City, and Paquetá can't quite get it away. Jarrod Bowen can't quite get there before Alvarez either. And now Manchester City, there's a good opportunity, but Finn Down's in the right position, and West Ham can just boot it away straight back into the feet of Manchester City. Look to go again. Crowds G'd up a little bit. Fornals there claiming for a pen. Referee says nothing to be done. It did look a bit iffy from my side, I will say that. And then Fornals forced out by Rodri. Bernardo Silva arms up, asking why he didn't get a pen there. Look at it again. Mahrez does well, flicks it into the path of him. I mean, Ogbonna's stood still at the ball at his feet, so probably not. Probably not on that one. Have we got out our box in the last 5 to 10 minutes? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. When was that Bowen chance? Was that 10 minutes ago? Because that's the last one I can remember. It's the last one I can remember. But we're doing well defensively. I can't act like we aren't. It's getting a little bit sloppier as the half goes on, but we're still sort of doing it. It's into a good position again. Hooked away from Paquetá, does all right. Jarrod Bowen battling with Bernardo Silva. And does well to win it. Go on, Jarrod. Good work. Bernardo Silva annoyed that he gives away a free kick. Does really well there. Really well. You'd be an entertaining D&D player? I'll take that. I'll take that. I feel like for some reason in my head, I feel like I would make a banging DM, you know? I don't know why I've got that in my head, but I feel like I would. I did my D&D character from the one time I played was a dwarf who was raised by wolves, and he was called Thunderous Wanderer. I've never got back to it since that, but it was fun. I just haven't got around to it. I feel like I'd make a banging DM now. I don't know why. It's just in the back of my head. I'm convinced that Manchester City on the ball, but in their half. I'm happy with this. If we could somehow keep this, then I'm okay with it. Performance-wise, we're there. Obviously, attacking, we need to get a little bit better, but it's not like we haven't had chances. Don't get me wrong, they've been incredibly few and far between. But like that Bowen opportunity, for example, it's there. And defensively, we've been all right. As the half has gone on, we've sort of big ball over the top. Thankfully, John Stones, who for some reason was very, very far forward, could not get the control. It's going to be a goal kick to West Ham. I think we've gotten a little bit sloppier as the half gone on. They've played a little bit into calmer positions, positions they would want a bit more centrally in the box, which is a little bit scary. They're still not mega central, but they're closer than they were. And it's a little bit concerning that. But in general, I think we've kept them out relatively well. Paquetá does well there. He's being pulled back by Riyad Mahrez. It's going to be a free kick we take. But he just does well there. Do I? I should get the hair. I should get the mad hair. Go full force. Start walking through tunnels screaming about flames. You know? Just go balmy about it. taking as long as possible with the free kick, looking for Mikel Antonio with a long boot. Jared Bowen is there battling for it with Ake. Ooh, 4 hours with the volley. 4 hours with the volley doesn't quite work out. Not great from 4 hours. He has to hit the first time. He's reaching to try and get it already, leaning back. It goes flying over. I don't know if he had the opportunity or the chance to control it down, given people were on top of him instantaneously. It's a bit annoying, but big boot forward doesn't quite work out for City. And we gather the ball, played back to Fabianski. The most quick and concise passing we've managed to do today, back to Fabianski, who then boots it forward. We will be doing a Hamalytics. We didn't do one at the beginning for the Palace game because Jack's not been very well. And so we're going to be doing one for this game. I think we're recording it on Friday, so it should be out on Friday on patreon.com/Hammerchat. But yeah, Hamalytics should be up on Friday. And I suspect that'll be a topic of conversation. Usually it's with Jack. He loves a bit of off-ball work, you know what I mean? At some point we will. And it's going to be a grand old time, Craven. When it happens, it's going to be a grand old time. Not tonight, but you know. No, neither of them do. Neither of them do. I feel like Gonzo might have in his past, but wouldn't say. Geo's, there's zero chance. It's just not a Geo thing. Oh, someone's gone down in the area for Manchester City. They continue to have the ball played across, nodded away from Angelo Ogbonna. Jack Grealish said, Jack Grealish, man. Jack Grealish goes down so unbelievably easily. It's actually incredible. It's actually incredible. I think it was Haaland who went down in the penalty area. Manchester City on the counter-attack. Haaland plays it out wide to Jack Grealish and then just charges forward. I mean, even if that was a free kick against Flynn Downs, it would have been a free kick and not a penalty. And even then, I don't know if it was one. He goes down a little bit easy. A little bit easy, if we're being honest about it. But it would have been a free kick even if it was a foul. Good work from Paquetá to win that back. A little bit of miscommunication between him and Cresswell, but he does well to win it back. And then Emerson does well to stop the counter-attack from Mahrez. That's good work. That's good work on the left-hand side. A little bit of miscommunication between Paquetá and Aaron Cresswell doesn't make it work, but he does well. Manchester City playing the ball around quite casually. Out wide onto this left-hand side, Jack Grealish again. I'm surprised they're not getting it more out to Riyad Mahrez. It feels like they're aiming a lot for this left-hand side with Jack Grealish, and I'm surprised they're not going down the Mahrez route. Lofted in, looking for Haaland over everyone. On the far side, Bernardo picks it up, lays it short, played back in, headed away from Tilo Kehrer. It's going to be half time, 1 minute of added time. We've got 30 seconds left. Gio will probably just rock up because he'll be earlier than me, obviously. But I'm happy with this so far. I can't lie. I'm happy with this. It's not thrilling. It's not hopeful. It's not joyful. There's really not many positive adjectives I could prescribe to this one. But to be honest with you, we're doing our job. And that's all we need. The fact that we've got to halftime 0-0, that's a good thing for us. All it takes for us in a 0-0 situation is to get one chance that works out. And none of them have so far. But if we can get that as the halftime whistle goes, then if we can get that, then we'll get a goal. But realistically, I don't know. I'm all right with it. I'm okay with it. I think it's one of those situations where, look, we're going into this game severely depleted, and it was always going to be tough. But the fact that we've managed to keep it 0-0, and I'll be honest with you, I've been happy with the defensive display. I mean, Geo, I'll take that all day.
Tila Kerr's played excellent, isn't he?
I think he's doing well. There was the one, I can't remember which one it was. It was the one where the ball comes through and he recover. He doesn't recover. He doesn't make a mistake, but he covers it really nicely, stops it. I was like, oh, hello. There's some positioning. Loved it. But I think everyone's playing. I think everyone's doing their jobs really.
I'm delighted, Charlie. I'm absolutely delighted. There's a few buts kind of here, which is Man City are a little bit stale at the minute. They've got a few gears to go yet. We're not seeing full flow Man City. However, part of that is because of the way that we are playing. We are making them get frustrated. The crowd's getting frustrated. John Stones is now starting to run into the 18-yarder quite often. At the start, the first 15 minutes, I thought Bernardo Silva was doing a really good job out helping out Jack Grealish, doubling up on Soufal. We sort of nullified that a little bit. Down just getting out there quick to help Soufal now. We played really, really well. You offered me this we've given ourselves a chance of getting something out of this game, and that's far more than I ever expected. The boys have done really, really well.
Yeah, like you say, I think even just the chance to get a draw out of this is big. I mean, obviously, all it takes is one good opportunity for us going forward. That Jarrod Bowen one where he sort of Moreno stops it, saves it, whatever you want to say. I don't really know. I don't think anyone else was in a particularly great position to take advantage of it. But that shows us that there is an opportunity there to score if we need it. But realistically, even just getting a chance of a draw out of this game. And I said against Crystal Palace how bad we were defensively. And one of the things I said out loud was, I've seen us defensively do significantly better and stop and frustrate Manchester City. It's frustrating that we couldn't do it against Crystal Palace. We're doing the same thing again tonight. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is, but we've got it going on.
I think when the Declan Rice news and the Thomas Suchek news comes out among the squad, galvanizes them a little bit, actually. You go out there with probably more of an underdog attitude than ever before, and this determination to stand up and be counted. And at the end of the day, Flynn Downs, Pablo Finales, those two in particular should be looking at this as an opportunity to play more football for the rest of the season. There's a semi-final coming up next week. Well, let's see it. Let's see your reaction. You can't, after getting beat by Liverpool and Crystal Palace, you can't say that they can't have a chance of getting into the team. Charlie, before you go, let me jump out because the live chat's not updating for me, so I kind of need it when you're gone. So I'll be back in a sec.
Okay, no worries. I agree with what everything Gio said, including the fact the live chat's not updating for me either. So that's a vibe we've got going on here. Hopefully when he jumps out as well, because I was going to do the exact same thing. I think we've just got it going on. I think we've got it correct. Like Gio said, I think there's an argument about the idea of like galvanizing people and stuff. Is it working out for you?
I think so. It's updated, but whether it continues to update, I don't know. But
okay, cool. Because the same problem has been happening for me, so I was going to jump out and do the exact same thing. So I'll jump out now, and then I'll come back after I've gone to the toilet and stuff, and we'll see if that's.
Cheers, Charlie. Thank you very much. It's not updating, so Charlie's going to go pedal. You're left with me. I would ask you for your comments to start clicking on it, but I can't. It's not updating in the back end, which is a bit frustrating. So problem there. So I'm just gonna have to chat to you for 5-10 minutes. I think we've been absolutely brilliant. I think Moyes has got the tactics spot on. I like the way that the front three are operating. Antonio, Fornals, and Jarrod Bowen. I liked what they're doing. They're coming narrow. They're keeping it tight. They know that they want to play through the middle with Stones and Rodri in there, but we're making it difficult for them, which is a really good positive. I think Mikel Antonio's been absolutely superb leading the line. Should have Diaz on a booking. How Diaz hasn't been carded, I do not know. But if he was on the yellow card, there's an opportunity there for Antonio to run at him continuously at the second half. Man City have got a gear to go, right? Man City have got a gear or two. So I'm not getting excited just yet. We've done really well to keep it this tight. But we have had Fabianski to make a couple of top saves. Can't remember who he made the first one from. Mahrez, and then it was Jack Grealish who tipped it onto the post. There's been a couple of top saves from Fabianski in there, which on another day perhaps doesn't make both of them. But the boys have done superb. We've got to half-time 0-0 at the Etihad, which is a fantastic achievement in itself. But we've given ourselves a real chance to get something out of this game. We get a point out of this game. We can breathe. We can go to that game against Man U, either go full strength and try and get some in, or we can rotate a little bit and rest up ahead of the Alkmaar game. So if we can get something, and it's still a really big if. Like I said, I'm still expecting to lose, but I think the boys have done really well just to get into this position where we've got an opportunity. I've been quite impressed, actually, that we aren't just parking the bus. Are we defensive out of possession? Yeah, of course we are, but we're not. This isn't a Sam Allardyce type thing. But when Leeds play Man City on Saturday with Allardyce as manager, you will see a completely different approach to the game. When we're getting the ball, we're going reasonably forward. Are we throwing the kitchen sink at them? No, but Emerson's getting down the pitch. Soufal's getting down the pitch. Paqueta's playing quite deep, which I'm not against, to be honest with you. And then Fornals is trying to get in to support Antonio, and Jared Bowen's trying to come inside as well. So I think tactically, I think we've got it absolutely spot on tonight, actually. Funny thing is, if we do get a point from this game, the suspicious bug, actually becomes a blessing in disguise, really, because I know there's the whole thing, which is, we had Declan Rice, maybe we'd be doing even better, but there's no guarantee, is there? You'd like to think so with Declan Rice, but you'd imagine if they were all fit, you'd imagine Aguerd and Souček would have started, and you don't know. You don't know if you get a performance from Aguerd. What we've seen from Cresswell, Ogbonna and Kerr, they've been relatively faultless out there in the first half. Aguerd, very error-prone against Crystal Palace. So far, the bug might actually be perhaps not a bad thing for us. So, yeah, this is weird without the live chat. I don't like it. Charlie, how do we fix this? I know what I can do. I know. Bear with me. Yes, I've sorted it out now. Let me just click this button. Pop out chat. Here we go. Right, hang on a minute. I'm sorting this. Where's it gone? I've lost the chat now. There it is. It's here. I don't know how you get this back. I don't know what I'm doing here. This is not good. I messed up. I thought I was onto something. I am onto something. Right. Wait 1 second. No, I'm not. I've lost that too. Oh, so this is a problem when you get something you don't really know. Aha! Right, okay. I've got the live chat. I can't click on your comments, but I can read them now. So let's see what you're all saying. Get your thoughts in. Paul Chambers says, been a decent showing so far. Augie is colossal. Antonio playing well and keeping his head. Ivor says, we've been brilliant in the first half. Jim says, I should fake it until I make it, mate. We've been doing it. We've been pretending we know what we're doing since we started YouTube. In the last 8 years, we've been pretending it. We'll continue doing the same. Don't worry. Matt, I've got it. I've got the live chat. I can read it now. Like I said, I just can't click it and get your comments onto the screen, unfortunately, which is, well, the reason we use the software we do. It's a good feature. Woody Allen says, very happy so far. Sadly, it's got my hoping we'll get something, and it's the hope that kills you. See, I'm not at that point yet. I'm hoping, I guess, but I've not really got my hopes up per se. Mark says Emerson and Paqueta's link-up play is looking ace. I agree. Yolo reckons we should sub on Ben Rama. Well, he's asking me, so I'm assuming that means he would like to see him come on. I wouldn't change it just yet. I think Ben Rama's also, him and Cornet are the two subs you'd be looking to make at some point. But I think the front three are working really well out of possession as well as okay in it. So I'd leave it as it is. Craven says we've got the players who have been well rested over the last few weeks, so may help later on in the game. Ralph says Pep will step up a gear. He will take a 2-0 loss at the minute. I don't think I'd take that, actually. I don't think I'd take the loss anymore. Maybe I do have hope, actually. Hammer 1999 says the Man City set-piece goal is inevitable. Lack of height is a bit of a concern. Matt thinks Bowen needs to give a bit more cover to Soufal. I think Downs is trying to do that because Bernardo Silva is the one going out there. Bowen's direct opponent, if you like, is Nathan Ake. He's not really venturing forward. It's Silva coming out and going over to double up with Grealish. That's the problem. But I think Downs is doing his best to try and just help him out. But it's difficult because you've now got John Stones running between Emerson and Cresswell. So it's a very difficult thing to do. They just overload you all over the pitch. It's hard. Mancunian says, happy to be in the game. A goal against run of play is not impossible here. Ivor reckons we're still in the relegation battle and need another win. Reese says, consider it a loss and we won't be disappointed. Yeah, I'm a bit like that, I guess. But like I said, I've got a little bit of hope now. Will says we've played brilliant defensively. Still think we'll lose. Wouldn't mind taking off Pablo. Don't think he's been great, but the front three is working relatively well. Mark says he's happy with 0-0 at half-time. Don't understand with 2 keepers on the bench when we could have given a spot to a young defender attacker. Mark has come out saying that it was quite late in the afternoon that Vice, Gerd and Souček were ill, and that's why there's no youngster. Whether you believe it or not is up to you, but that's the real that's the official line. GP, thank you for the £2 super chat. I would click on it, but I can't. He says, how many points do we need to stay up? I've said 2 for a while. I'm just going to stick with that because I'm stubborn. Craven says we need to win one of the next 2. Is Hippo Head will be well up for our game. I seen a nice post earlier. Leeds United put up like a graphic with Sam Allardyce's statistics as a manager in the Premier League, and it basically showcased that he wins between 4.5 and 5. But roughly, let's round it up. So Sam Allardyce wins 1 in 5 games of Premier League manager, and they've hired him for 4 games. I just think it's brilliant. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Alan, thank you for your £5 super chat. Thank you very much. He says, put this towards an IT class. Hope you're well. Do you know something? I'm actually okay at IT. The truth is, a couple of years ago when COVID was here, 3 years ago now when COVID was here, because I was going to the games and stuff, I was saving a lot of money on no travel, and I wasn't furloughed. I went to work. I had 1 day off because of COVID, and I went back to work the next day. And so I was getting paid the same, but my expenses were like shredded. There was nothing to do. I couldn't spend money if I tried. So I saved up and got myself a computer. I got myself a Mac, so that we could do this a bit more serious, and I could try and get into editing videos. And I say editing videos, I snip the ends off, but I do something now, which is more than I used to. Anyway, I got the Mac, and it's a bit, despite having it for 3 years now, I've never really just looked into it. So to switch from tab to tab, I still don't know what button to push, but I just worked out by trial and error. So
you have got, but you do stuff now you were not doing 3 years ago.
I know. I can actually create like a poor thumbnail, whereas before I couldn't do any thumbnail. I would have had to use Paint.
Yeah, there's nothing I like more.
Photoshop subscription, so
there's nothing I like more than when Geo goes, right, I need a thumbnail, and then either draws it on Paint or just physically with paper. I love it.
Why are you telling people this?
I'm not mugging you off. I'm saying I love it. I'm here for it. You know, it makes my job easier because 1, I don't have to figure out something. I just copy you, and 2, it's the vibe, it's the creativity, Geo. You know,
I draw on a bit of paper. I get a bit of paper and I draw what I want on the thumbnail, take a picture and send it to Charlie, and he always understands what it means. So
we go. No stress. What do you need? What more do you need?
Anyway, I've got the live chat as well. You've got it sorted. I've seen you've got something. So
yeah, I'm
asking how good we are at Photoshop. Me, rubbish. Charlie, exceedingly good. All the thumbnails are Charlie.
All we need to do is use it every single day for several years, and then eventually you understand how drop shadows work. Do you know what I mean? It's great. It's great. We get there. We do it. I'm happy with this year. If we can look, I'm just happy with the performance. My big concern was that the performance levels would have dropped after Crystal Palace and that sort of form. The performance levels are there. Whatever happens, happens. I want us to get a draw, and I feel like it's definitely possible. And hey, look, outside bet win. But as long as we keep up this performance, we're giving ourselves the opportunity, and that's what we need right now.
Yeah, I'm proud of the boys for the first 45. If they can repeat that in the second half, I'll be proud regardless of the outcome. Hopefully it's enough to get something, but if we were playing any team but Man City, I'd be sitting here saying, you know what, I think we could get a draw out of this. But because of Man City, it's got nothing to do with what I've seen from West Ham. Because it's Man City, I still think we'll lose. But
yeah,
like I said, it's just because of the amount of talent they've got. I mean, they're ready to bring on Foden and Gundogan. I mean, it's, you know, we don't even have 9 players on the bench. We've got 7 and 2 keepers.
Yeah. So. It makes it difficult, but like I said, as long as we just keep in it, then I'm happy. But Geo, before the second half kicks off, I'll let you run off. Can I get a final score prediction just before you do?
0-0.
10-0. I would very happily take that.
Yeah, I'll love it. I'll come on here celebrating like a win if it finishes 0-0, Charlie.
I'll take that.
Good man.
Geo,
thank you very
much. See you at full time. Thank you, Geo. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Geo Mackie will be back at full time for a live match review. But before that, we have 45 minutes of football to go at the Etihad. Let me make this ever so slightly bigger. So spoilers, chat broke for me as well. Don't know what's gone on. So I've just decided to just physically put a chat on screen just because that makes it slightly easier. But it's gonna be a bit of a mess. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Thank you very much as well to Schizo for the £5. I would click on it and bring it up on screen, but like Gio said, it's all broken, so I can't now. But thank you, sir. Very kind of you indeed. Very kind of you indeed. Second half is about to be underway. I should change the timer so it's actually in time with it. I keep looking at the chat and going, it's not working. Charlie, that chat is not working. Stick around and hang around for the entire second half because it's going to be an exciting time. And hey, if we can get something out of this game, what a time to be alive that would be. We, of course, also have the live match review coming up straight after the game. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos. We're, of course, the only West Ham fan channel last year that did a watch along every single game without fail. And this season, we've only missed one. We have a huge running towards the end of the season, including, of course, the Europa Conference League semi-finals and potentially a final. We will be here. So, hey, get involved and like the video while you're down there because it helps us out massively. Manchester City are going to get us underway at the Etihad for the second half. It's Manchester City 0, West Ham United 0, and a big opportunity for West Ham to maybe finish this season out comfortably, but also a big opportunity for Manchester City to get back underway on their Premier League title ambitions. It's underway. Deploy the boys. Come on, you Lions. It's time to run 2 things. Are we allowed to swear here? Yeah, it's fine. Woody, I can't stop people, so I just go ahead wild, you know what I mean? What do you think of Roman beating Cody? Ginge, stress. I think it's a mistake. I think it's stupid. I don't understand why it happens. I don't understand why it happened. Yeah, I have tried popping out. So what it's got on screen right now, that's what that is. That's what popped out chat on YouTube itself. It's just that usually the system we use called StreamYard has a chat that runs at the same time as the YouTube chat that you can click on and bring comments on and all that sort of stuff. Whereas right now, what you're seeing is just a popped out chat that I'm basically capturing. So just to lob it on the screen. Manchester City play it out wide to the right-hand side. Looking forward, can't quite find it. Going to be a goal kick to West Ham. I'm getting dangerously confident. Getting dangerously confident right now. I shouldn't be. Bell. Sean's coming in early with Bell. I popped out the chat and fixed mine. Was he doing the same thing for you as well? Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, because I can't pop out on StreamYard. That's just not a thing that works. Like the last comment I can see is this from Jibster. That was at halftime. That was when I came back into the studio that me and Geo record on. So that's why I decided to do this, just to have something, just have something. Danny DeVito just ever so slightly off there. Yeah, well, what can we do? Yeah, I think YouTube every out. That actually makes sense. That actually makes banging sense. West Ham trying to play the ball forward down the left-hand side. Emerson and Cresswell trying to work their way forward. They win a throw in right by the corner flag. Don't get dangerously confident. I'm trying not to, Gav, but it's here. It's here, and I'm buzzing. I'm getting overly excited. I took a bite out of a Galaxy Ripple, and now it's all gone to my head. Throw in. Emerson takes it short. Paquetá now battling for it in the corner. Loses out. Almost manages to get it back out of Riyad Mahrez. I don't know how that's a throw in to us, to be honest. I thought that was very clearly a throw in to Manchester City, but that's fine. We take it. Manchester City fans booing as if we're taking time over throw-ins. No, they don't understand. We're just not good at throw-ins. That's just not what happens here. We just take forever and they're never any good. It's just the way these things go. Just how we deal with it. Big throw from Mikel Antonio. Look for Emerson. Can't quite get his head onto it. Oh, God, is that? Ooh. Bells for Geo only today. I don't know if he gets into it. Dan says 1-0. James says balls. Oh, my God, that means Manchester City have scored. And now they're on the attack. I don't need this stress. Grealish. Downs takes him out. He's going to get a yellow for it. Is it going to... That was Downs' fault. All right, well, the chat's confirmed that it's a goal. Looking forward to this. This chat is significantly quicker than the other one I noticed. Great. Yeah. I mean, Jack Grealish, again, just going down, but it's a very comfortable foul. It's just the way he goes down. It's just very, Would you switch to Bell Light at all? I'd try it. I've never tried him before, Sumo, to be fair. Let's have a look at this goal then, shall we? We've got Julian Alvarez and Riyad Mahrez standing over the free kick, about 25 yards away from goal. Mahrez digs it in. Bono can't get there. Ake gets the header. There it is. It's 1-0 Manchester City. It's a shame. It's a shame. The fact that we've conceded and it's via a free kick of all things, not some incredible, beautiful, amazing open play Manchester City move. It's a free kick in which Nathan Ake gets the header, whipped in from Riyad Mahrez. It's just sort of lofted in by Riyad Mahrez, and Nathan Ake at the back post has sort of no one there. Yeah, it's not great, is it? Not great, is it? 1-0. What can you do? Where we're at. Do you know what? I should just leave this up like that. That's what I should do. That's a shame. That's a massive, massive shame. That sucks. It's going to be a difficult second half now. A very difficult second half. Like I said, I felt like realistically at 0-0, we had a chance to keep it going. But the fact we've conceded something so basic is really annoying. Ake at the back post, he just sort of pushes Ogbonna a little bit to get him out of the way. And then as he goes in again, it's just no one picking him up. It's just no one even close to him. Oh, I couldn't click on the mute button in time. I apologize. Bless me. I apologize. But yeah, that's a massive, massive shame. Bell? Told you, Bell, you didn't listen. There weren't enough people in chat saying it, Sean, that I saw anyway. I can't read every single thing like non-stop. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying. Thank you, bless you, thank you. I'll try, but look, there's 2 calls for bells currently. If there's another call very quickly, let me put the poll in chat. It's the way it works. It's just frustrating to see Bell. There you go. We'll put the poll in chat now. It's just frustrating to see us concede like that. You're going to see me create the poll live. Bell. Bell. You even see the poll at the top. Hang on. It's just a massive shame because Manchester City, you expect these nice, big, flowing moves and everything else, but realistically, that wasn't even close to that. It was just dominant, wasn't it? It was just dominant, just annoyingly so. I'll give you until 53. 12. We'll ask 12 games at home in all competitions for Manchester City. 12 wins, 44 goals, 6 conceded. It's just such a shame. It's just such a shame. We have such a good opportunity with this, and we just sort of fluffed our lines for no reason. Mahrez trying to find his way in, plays it out wide to Nathan Ake. It doesn't quite work. Out wide to the left-hand side for Bernardo Silva. Lays it short, doesn't quite work out. Even Angelica can't save us now. Well, who knows? Who knows? First time, what is this Bell? I don't mean Moyes. Solid. Alvarez trying to find his way in. Craig, just Bell, yes or no? What are you thinking? And then inevitably, it's going to be yes. So you'll find out in about 20 seconds' time. But inevitably, it will be yes. Ring those bells. Will the bell meet? You'll see. We've got 10 seconds left, and as you can see, it looks like the poll is going to pass. And then you'll get to see the weird maths it does. Here we go. 53. It ends, and Bell has confirmed. Democracy has spoken. We are in. There you go. See, I told you. 65% said yes. 34% said no. It's just the way it goes. It's just the weird maths it does. But Bell has been confirmed. Which case, give me a second. I'll be back, and we'll be able to. But you'll see what happens. See if it's cowbell definitively. Yes, I'm back here. Hang on. Right. Bell acquired. Just to show you that there's only one. Bell. Just the one left. It's going in now. So if for those of you who don't know, be new around here, whipped in, looking for Michael Antonio, can't quite find it. Jared Bowen, it's not a bad chance. When it's going poorly and the chat feels like we need a pick-me-up, the chat feels like we need a bit of momentum going, we eat a baby bell for luck. Now, I could explain how this evolved into this position. It used to be oranges. Now it's baby bells. It went back to oranges very briefly. But you sort of have to accept it. And to be honest with you, freakily, it works. So get your bells in chat, ladies and gentlemen. Ideally, what I want on this screen right here is just to be full of bell emojis. That's kind of what I'm vibing. But here we go. The silent snack is going in. And then, yeah, we'll just... no messing. No messing. Yes. Yes. This is what we're talking about. Deck, it's good to see you, by the way. Ping it across, headed back. Oh, Bonner gets it away. That's what I'm saying. Look at that. Look at that. That's what we're saying. Big bells from chat. Big bells from chat. Do I really want 547 posting bells? Yes. Yes, I do. You know, like when we do the JJ, controversial. You know, when we do the at the beginning, when we do the bet giveaway, and then when Gonzo says the phrase, and the chat just goes mad, filling that. I just want that, but for bell emojis, you know? Bell emojis. 5 bells ensures an equalizer. Chris, look, if we could do it, we would. If we could do it, we would. Ruin my emojis. Good work. Good work. I was probably very close to the mic. I apologize. Rodri trying to find his way forward. Sufal just wrangling. JJ. Jesus Christ, JJ, please. Oh, West Ham on a counter attack. Mikel Antonio picks up the ball. Lots of calls for offside there. He still has the ball. He loses it out very quickly, though. He loses it out very quickly. What can you do? What can you do? Oh, sugar, this is too full. It's spilling everywhere. Oh, look at this absolute mess. I love it. Thank you, each and every. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's an absolute mess. Grealish. Oh, that's a good ball through to Haaland. There's a good opportunity. Kera. Oh, that's tight. It could have potentially have been a Pell. I'm not going to lie. Kera, I can only assume does well. I tell you what, he's robust from Tilo Kera. Does Tilo Kera even get a touch on the ball there? He does. Oh, he's a lucky boy there. I've seen pens given for that. I don't know if it's going to VAR. It must be. It's going to be a corner regardless for Manchester City on the left-hand side. Riyad Mahrez to take. Sorry, left-hand side. Whips it in. Outswinger. Ake nods it back across goal, and Angelo Bonner there gets his foot on the ball. And that one's definitely not a pen. That one was fine. Trying to dribble our way out of this, and we sort of manage it. Mikel Antonio tried the kick and run, and I tell you what, Julian Alvarez does well to cover there. But nice ball over the top to Mikel Antonio. Mikhail, look forward. What are you doing? Oh, such a good opportunity. Such a good opportunity. He could have had that, and he just didn't go for it. Mikhail can't quite make his way forward. Dan, harsh. Again, the 101 may be a little bit more penalty-ish. I don't know. In our first four, he doesn't get a touch on the ball, it doesn't seem. Played out wide. Sufal on the right. Dinks it across, can't quite find anyone. Hey, no, thank you very much to restock the bells. Hope you're well. Thank you. I'm not bad. I'm not bad. And that's very kind of you. That's very kind of you for the 4.99. So thank you very much, Ado. Ado, I got it. I got it. I got it. Ado like Play-Doh. I think I nailed it. Now you're going to see me just copy and paste this. So I don't have to type it because sometimes I type it and it takes forever. Oh, no. Thank you very much, Ado. It's very kind of you, sir. It's very kind of you indeed for the full-time fund. Again, I would bring it up on screen, but unfortunately, StreamYard has transpired against us this day. It's the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. Look forward from Cresswell. Ake tries to nod it away. Ogbonna's still there. Bernardo Silva does well to pick that one out and it just lumps it clear. Very strongly, to be fair. Very strongly. Yeah, AFTV's chat is a bit wild, isn't it? You're not wrong, it is wild. Soufal is down. Ben Johnson coming on. It's unfortunate for Soufal. He's had a really good run of form. It felt like Soufal was sort of done, and he's had a really nice run of form of late. Him getting injured now is not ideal for us. Similar to the Kurt Zuma situation. And I think, it seems to be Ben Johnson's coming on. I'm happy for Ben Johnson. I said this a couple of things ago that I was shocked by the sort of dislike that Ben Johnson has had recently. It's just such a basic goal to concede. It's just such a basic goal to concede. It's so annoying. But yeah, I said I was surprised a little bit by how much dislike there was for Ben Johnson in the last couple of streams. I quite like Ben Johnson, to be honest with you. I think especially at the beginning of the season, he was doing really well. He equally has been sort of, he's also suffered a little bit from just moving around endlessly, a bit like Kara that Gio was saying earlier. I quite like him. And this is a huge opportunity for him. Let's not forget his first ever game, of course, West Ham Senior was against Manchester City, playing left back. Hopefully he can show that sort of level of performance again because he was good that day. Paquetá linking up there, nice through ball, 44 now as he sort of stabs it out to Emerson wide on the left hand side, back to Paquetá. Nice little flick through to Mikel Antonio there. Some awful control, but he manages to get the ball to Paquetá regardless. He tries to find that crossing position. I mean, we get a corner from it. I mean, that cross was going to go to the head of what, Jared Bowen or Ben Johnson, not exactly known for their aerial ability. So corner, West Ham taken it from the left-hand side. It's going to be an in-swinger from Pablo Fornals. Whipped in. Front post, Rodri gets it away. Just going back to that front crossing madness, but there we go. What can we do? Not really much you can do in that situation. Pablo Fornals again. Whipped in. Look for Tilo Kehrer. I can't quite find it. Mikel Antonio was also there. Free kick given away by Flynn Downs. It's going to be deep into Manchester City's territory. Nothing really going on there. Not a great corner. Looking at the replay again, not a great corner, but still. 89% possession for us last 5 minutes. It's just vibes, Yami, you know? It's just vibes. We're not playing a bad game, to be honest. Yeah, John, I agree. I don't think we're doing that badly. I think second half we've been worse than the first half, but not by significantly huge amounts. I'm actually still relatively... Honestly, I'm still relatively okay with our performance, if I'm being honest. Yeah, it is what it is. Haaland trying to dribble his way forward. Wide on the right-hand side. Forces him to cross it in. We're fine with that. Fine with that. We move forward. Mr. Iron, then go to bed, my G. You know what I mean? It's past, but go to bed, bruv. You know? Take it from me, right? I'm 29. I wish I still had a bedtime. As I get older, I realize that actually bedtime's quite nice. It's quite nice, you know? Just go relax, you know? Is that 546 likes? I haven't even checked the likes at all today, you know? I haven't even checked. Flipping it, because 546, yeah, 547. That's a hell of a like call for us. Everyone, fair play. Fair play. 547, we take that. 3-0 is what we 3-0 is what we have, you know. 300 is the goal. Sorry, my brain was absolutely just baffled there by the words that were coming out of my mouth. Good luck, Mr. Good luck, Mr. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this story you're weaving, but good luck. Let's see how it ends. Can you land it? My gut says probably not, but we'll see. Let's pretend we scored. All right, Steve, I agree with you. Let's all pretend we scored. I want to see the chat just lose it, okay? So when this hits on your screen, I know it'll be a bit behind, won't it? Okay, hear me out, because you're going to be slightly behind. So in tens, I'll count down from 5 to 0, and then just go wild about scoring, okay? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Lose your minds. Come on. Yes. Oh, sorry, I should do my usual reaction. I laughed. Yes. We 1-1. Let's go. Come on. Yes. Big plays. I laugh, don't I? That's what I do, innit? You know, stuff like that. It's just all, yeah, vibes. Let's back it. We have you on screen right now. Let's use it for a reason. Jared Bowen. Let's go. Big plays. Tilo Kera. Yes. Danny Ings. Big. I mean, Danny Ings is just coming on, but still big. What a goal, corner. Great goal from David. Yes. Come on. Come on. Wait, hang on. Where's the... Yes. 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 No one judge it. Yes. The worst thing is we could score now and you could all actually genuinely be reacting, and I don't know. I'd have zero idea. Brooking header. Scenes. You know? Danny Ings is coming on. We have hopefully it's for Mikel Antonio. Like, it's not going to get us a goal, but it will get Mikel Antonio a rest, and that's all I need. There we go. It is for Mikel Antonio. We'll take that. Where's the score? There we go. That was a fun thing to change. On comes Danny Ings for Mikel Antonio. He needs to rest. Antonio's just sort of nodding to David Moyes as he says something to him. It's frustrating, but it is what it is. What can you do? Great goal from West Ham Fan TV. Jace has come through. Bosh! Have it! You know? I've lost my 4th stream. Yeah, I'm on my second. Big Who forward. Kera manages to get the head on it. I tell you what, he's done all right today. It's not a flawless performance, but it's not bad. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication there between Danny Ings and Johnson instantaneously. You love to see it. Marco Boogers. Neil Mellor. What a Lewis coming out with the references. Neil Mellor. Do you remember him? Who did we get him on loan from? Was it Liverpool? I think that's where it was. Awkward first touch from Alvarez. Takes a shot from range, and Fabianski gets his hands to it. It was an awkward first touch, but he manages to wriggle it back, and then he just angles a shot towards the far side. And thankfully, it was pretty comfortable for Fabianski in the end. Not too deep, thankfully. But not ideal, you know, not ideal. That we're giving him that much of a space to take a shot. But yeah, shots from range, that's not too deep. You know, they're rare. Like Darwin Núñez's goal was brilliant, right? But they don't go in that often, for example. They're not like flying in all of the time. If it's a banger from range as well, this is going to be annoying. Paquetá can't quite get the ball forward. Thankfully, it comes back to him a second time. He's just got no options. He does brilliantly to get round. He does so well to get round the player there. Danny Ings' first time pass out to Emerson wasn't bad, and then we just slow down. Flynn Downs, just again, it's just so little options for him. He's forced to go all the way back to Ogbonna. Oh my God, I can see this coming. I can see this coming. I can see where Haaland is. I can see what's happening with us. We're just getting forced back further and further. I feel like there's just going to be a pass into Haaland who just grabs it and bangs it. Ings with a bad touch, and then off we go. Manchester City on the counter-attacks. Jack Grealish through to Haaland. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. It's Erling Haaland. It's 2-0. Gets the record. As the boy Kieran CD said on the disabled team, he started his record-breaking run against West Ham. He ends it and gets the record at West Ham. 2-0 is the goal, is the score. Haaland is the scorer, and it's a beautiful, beautiful finish. Played forward, and Danny Ings' awful first touch, and now City can counter-attack. Grealish with the through ball. Haaland runs over the other side, and that's such a nice just dink over Fabianski, who comes out. He's in no man's land. There's not really much he can do there, to be fair. Fabianski manages to get a hand to it, but not strong enough. Haaland with the chip. 2-1. 2-0, sorry. 2-1. Look at me. 2-0. Erling Haaland with a goal. It's a shame. It's a massive shame. What can you do? This will be the first time in forever I've not watched the match while in here, so I'm relying on you. Good luck, Dean. Who knows what's going to happen? But now all of a sudden it's going to be very frustrating when I start talking about anything else but the football. Man, that's a massive, massive shame, isn't it, really? Oh, GP, thank you for the £2. Geo Gonzo laugh at children's manager. Listen. They went for it. They were the children. I'm here for it, you know. Danny Ings' horrendous transfer continues, giving the ball away for that one. It's not his fault. I'm not going to sit here and act like his fault. Obviously not ideal, but bad first touch. But that's the sort of space we haven't given them the entire game. We give it to them once and bang, it's a goal. You know how it is. It's just the way these things end up rolling out sometimes. It's a massive, massive shame, but not really much more you can do. By the way, thank you once more again to GP. Very kind of you. Very kind of you. Ritesh, I like the confidence. Try not to spam it, but I do like the confidence. Never going to happen, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Haaland is a machine. It's wild. It really is wild. Paquetá doing well. Can't quite make it work. City go forward again. Just need to stop this. Flynn Downs just battling with Grealish. He does well. Ben Johnson strides out of defence with the ball. Someone's down at the top of the screen. I don't know who it is, but one of the West Ham players is down. I saw minor movements, but I couldn't see what it was. You not seen? Paquetá. Oh, it's not what we need right now. Ben Johnson does well. Finds Ings, who pulls it back. There's just no one there. Bowen stopped his run. Now Manchester City can go again. Paquetá's still down at the top of the screen, by the way. I mean, fair play to Pep for telling him to play it out. If I was Manchester City, the fact that we carried on and tried to score would make me think, do you know what? We can go up the other end and score them. What's the deepness? But Pep tells him to play it off, which is fair enough. It's not a bad challenge from Rodri, if we're being honest. I'm not really sure what happened to him. It wasn't a bad challenge from Rodri at all. Rodri is a dirty player, and that wasn't bad, but what a finish. We're looking at our Haaland finish again. It's just so good, isn't it? What can you do? What can you do? What can you do? This is the most I've ever needed to pee during one of these. I peed at half time. I don't know why I need to pee so much. I haven't even had any caffeine today. Danny Ings, then your Jordan Kugel. How dare you? No one diss my boy Big George. I will not stand for it in this chat. I will not stand for George hate. He's a legend. Reminds me of a younger man. Listen, you're a machine. What? How old is he? 22, 23, 24? You were a machine back then, Dean. Lobbing goalkeepers for fun, left, right, and centre. Looks like Paquetá might actually come back on, but oh, good. Phil Foden's coming on. Good. And a Kanji also coming on. Good. Where's our winnable games? Well, Leicester and Leeds. Brentford is arguably winnable. Manchester United is not the worst game. It's not good, but it's not bad. This is the one where I was like, look, we're definitely going to lose this one. The rest of them we have a minor chance in. And Leeds and Leicester are the ones, but we don't need to win. This is the thing I keep saying. I think points-wise, when you look at it, I don't think we need to win it. I don't think we need to win that many games. I think as long as we just keep it tight, we'll be fine. If we draw against Leeds and Leicester, we stay up. Is essentially how it's going to work out, I believe. And even then, I think if we get a point before then, I think we're golden. We're basically saying 3 teams underneath us have to get from 4 games. 3 teams underneath us need to get essentially 6 points. Is the current state of play. If we get 1 point, that's basically what needs to happen. 2 points, and it's done. If we got how many points? We were 5 points ahead, right? So we're saying that they need to get that many. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Nathan Ake, the first one, is going to come off for a Kanji. Off as well as Julian Alvarez, and on in his place, Phil Foden. Hey, Timeless, how are you, sir? Hope you're well. I'm doing all right. How are you? I really need to pee, but apart from that, I'm good. How are you? How are you? Bring on Pansel. CB, moving mad. Samasia, boo. Made a sub yet? Have you made a sub? It was Danny Ings, right? Yes, okay. Yes, of course. Is it Ings for Antonio? Yeah, Big Sam's off for Leeds now, John. Madly. That's the thing that's happened. Bowen off, Benny on. Okay. All right, fair enough. I mean, yeah, just rest people. Screw it. Just get them off. Just rest them. Get off Bowen. Get off Paquetá, ideally. Let's just rest people at this point. There's no point. There's literally no point. We're not getting 2 goals. Doesn't matter. You could have our best 11 right now. The chance of us getting 2 goals is so slim, so there's no point. Yeah, I'm looking at it now, right? So we're 4 points ahead of everyone else, at least in the relegation race, with a significantly better goal difference, right? So you're talking a secret point. You're saying everyone in that group, at least 3 people in that group of teams who are below us, need to get 5 points if we weren't to get a single other point this season. I don't think it's happening. Stones on the outside of the area, on the edge of it, at least just pumps it well over. Yeah, I just can't see it happening. Go for a wee. We'll take care of ourselves. Maybe. See how it goes. Ben Rama's coming on now for Jared Bowen. And yeah, I'm going to go to the toilet. Because I'm quite desperate. I'll leave you in the capable hands of Danny. Give me one moment. Give me one moment. Hang on, where's the other button? Let's do this. I can still do these, even though that's broken. Where is it? I shall be back. Give me a sec. Hello. I got confused because I looked at my screen as I walked back in and I saw a face and I was like, oh my God. Then I realised it's Danny DeVito. Get rid of that. Where's the other one? Yeah, hello, thank you. That was a close call. A close call. I also realised I did not pee at halftime. That was what happened there. I did not pee at halftime. I spoke to my girlfriend. I made a cup of tea. I got water and I forgot to pee. I realised as I was peeing, I was like, did I pee? Is that a thing I did? Didn't. I didn't pee. We've had 4 touches in Manchester City's box. 4. Hooked by Tilo Kehrer, a nice ball outwards. No, he's mine. He's mine. Thankfully, I got back before this took hold. Well, he's not mine. He's his own man. He's his own man. He does as and what he pleases, but you know. Twins is a good film. It is a good film. Danny Kane. You were good in that. Mate, I'm here for it. Wow, GP. Wow. Wow. I don't disagree with you is the thing. I definitely don't disagree with you, you know. People come in are confused anyway. What I like is when we do like, or say when someone does like downloads like the reactions to the goals and then uploads them together, which I'm fully here for. Like, go ahead, go wild. You know what I mean? And I always love like when you look in the comment section, every so often you just be like, why Danny DeVito? Like there'll be all these people who are, you know, very passionately screaming and shouting and jumping up and down, and there's me sat here relatively calm with Danny DeVito next to me. And it's just a lot of confusion about that. I quite like it. Justifies my stupidity, if we're being honest, man. Man City trying to work their way forward. Was Chris in Gonzo? Dean. What did he do? Have I missed something? I feel like I've missed something. I probably have missed something, to be fair. Oh, the Wimbledon or wherever it was, where he does the yeah. I remember now. What a moment in time that was, you know. What a moment in time that was. 3-0. There. What a moment in time that was. I can't act like I'm. I mean, I said 3-0 at the beginning of the game. I can't act like I'm that surprised. Foden, what a goal. Yes, I remember. What a moment that was. I remember it happening. Me and Geo just messaging each other going, what? Grealish plays it into Foden. Hooked forward. Grealish lays it off. Bernardo Silva to Haaland. Back out wide to Bernardo Silva. Hooked away from Tilo Kehrer. He's had a good game. I'm not a hater. I'm not anything. I look at it and I go, yeah, fair play. He's had a good game. You know. Still don't think he's very good, but today he's played well. I assume we're going to see it any second now. Chess so far ahead. Whips in, nodded away. Foden hits it. It does take a deflection, but I tell you what, I tell you what, fair play. Fair play. It's a very good finish. Right. The thing is, usually what I would do is I would bring someone like this up on screen and I would mock them relentlessly for it. Instead, what I'm just going to do, you can all see this live, right? You see that? Bye. See you later. Enjoy yourself. Usually, I would give people an opportunity. You know what I'm like? I don't mind the troll. Spurs Fan Society Group. This is what I'll say to you very quickly. It takes a big deflection. Unlucky. It's like it's a really good attempt by Phil Foden. Fair play. He hits it and he does it first time. You got to respect it. Usually, for Spurs Fan Group Society, what I'll say is this: hello and goodbye. No, usually I give people a chance. Unfortunately, I can't bring you up on screen and give you that chance. You're just on screen constantly now. So unfortunately, you've come on the wrong day. Any other day, you would have stayed for much longer than that. You've got 5 minutes in timeout now. You beat me to kicking them. Look, you've got 5 minutes in timeout right now. Feel free to come back and have a conversation. I don't mind. All fans are welcome. Spurs fans, Millwall fans, I don't really care. All fans are welcome. But if you're coming for beef, you're gonna lose. So it's the way these things go. 3-0, fair play, Man City. It's exactly what we all predicted at the beginning of the game. It's a shame we've done well defensively, and hopefully we should, we should be okay with it. We should be okay with our performance today. In a very difficult situation, we've gone to Manchester City with some of our key players sick, others injured, and we've held them for a long time. First half was really, really nice. It's unfortunately that the second half hasn't gone as well as we wanted it to, but it is what it is. It is what it is. 3-0 is the score. Like I said, I mean, there's no chance of us. Someone was asking earlier, I don't know who it was. I would go back up through the chat, but I mean, as you can see, it's just there's no way I'm going to find it in this mess. Someone was asking about Danny Ings next season. I do think Danny Ings will be here next season, mainly because who the hell is going to take him? I can't see anyone going to get him. So I can't see a situation in which Danny Ings is not here next season, unfortunately. I would very happily sell him if David Moyes is still here. That's the other big difference, is if David Moyes is not here next season, then obviously it's a different scenario. But I would very happily sell him. The problem is I don't think that that's going to happen because no one will buy him. So realistically, I suspect our striking lineup will be exactly the same next year if Moyes is still here. And if Moyes isn't here, then the chances are they'll be like Mikel Antonio might leave. That's the only difference. What can you do? Same goal difference as Leicester now? Yeah, but this is the game that was going to knock it out of us, right? It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. I'm not too concerned about it. It's not good, but it's not the end of the world. And again, it's only one team. Every other team down there is so much worse than that. Leicester's the only one who's close. Every other team's like, we're like minus 13 now. Every other team's like minus 20, 25, 30. So it's a huge difference still. Seeing a lot of Fornals talk. Ben Rama on the ball on the left-hand side. Puts it into Paquetá, who's there. Hits it, palmed away. Pablo Fornals. Okay. He's not going to hit it first time with his left foot. He's just not that hot. It's just not him, is it? It's a great opportunity, but it's just a little bit that one hesitation. He should have just swung for it. It was with his left foot, hit his laces, and just seen what happens. That's what should have happened. Calvin Phillips on. Get him game time. He's got to leave in the summer. He's surely got to leave in the summer. It's 3. My score still says 2. He's got to leave in the summer, surely. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. I didn't realize at all. It doesn't come to a good position for Pablo Fornals to take a shot, to be fair. He would have had to swing at it with his left foot backwards, and he should have probably done it, but it doesn't come to him in a good position to take that swing, so it is what it is. Really, right? Phillips is going to stay at City. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he stayed, but at the same time, they might as well just get rid of him, right? Like, I feel like he's never going to play that frequently there. He's I don't know. But to be fair, he's probably not. Well, he's probably worth something still. I don't know. Man, it's not like Manchester City need the money, is it? Calvin Phillips just seems very happy to come on. Calvin Phillips just seems very happy to come on. And do you know what? I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. We're in the in stoppage time now. Rodri is the one who's coming off for Calvin Phillips. Added on time will be... I didn't hear what the... 3 minutes. 3 minutes of stoppage time. 3 minutes of stoppage time. He should come back to Leeds. Would you take him back? Sure. He probably... Well, his fitness is what would worry me about bringing him back. You know? Won't beat United or Leeds or draw against Leicester. Mick, I think you're being maybe a bit harsh there, but potentially. Again, I don't think we need to. I think we're fine. I think we could lose every game the rest of the season 1-0 and we'd still be fine. Would I don't know. I don't know. I'm not that concerned. All we need to do is get a draw. 2 draws. We're fine. Like a draw, 1 point, and we are safe. In my opinion. City coming forward, working their way forward, looking to play it out again to the left-hand side. Manchester City passing around. It'll probably be this time for the rest of the half. We've got a minute of stoppage time to go. I won't look at chat just in case because this is the one time I can without, because I know you lot will be nearing full time, if not already at it. Overall, performance was all right. Second half wasn't as good as the first. I think first half we were there. Second half wasn't quite as good as we were in the first. Just a little bit more porous. A little bit more stretched. Good opportunity for 4. Fabianski makes a save. That, if I'm being honest, should be 4 from Phil Foden. That really should be 4. Grealish flicks it through. It's such a nice pass into the path of Bernardo Silva, who finds Foden. To be fair, he was surrounded by people. It would have been difficult for him to take quickly, but maybe should have been 4. 30 seconds to go. It's disappointing, but it's not surprising by any stretch of imagination. I think if we had managed to keep up the levels of the first half for the second half, we'd had a chance of getting a point, if not more. But it's Manchester City. We're a team who are very, very heavily depleted, whose key players aren't available either through injury or illness or form. So it is what it is. 3-0. It's not the worst result. It sucks, but it's not exactly a shock. There you go. There is the final whistle. It ends 3-0. Yeah, look, what can you do? I can't act like I'm fully surprised at the match going that way. But thank you all for joining. It's very kind of you two. It's obviously been a bit of an awkward one, technology-wise as well. StreamYard letting us down. But hey, look. Hey, we go. We move. This isn't a make or break game for us. It never was going to be. The make or break games are to come. Manchester United next game up. We have a much better chance of getting something from that game than we ever did in this one. And you'll be able to join us here for it. Build-up show, watch along, and then, of course, a review, which this game will be coming up in just a few minutes' time on the channel. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification button for any future videos you don't want to be missing out, because we're the only channel to do a watch along every single game last year without fail. And this year, we've only missed one. And that was because I physically couldn't get out of bed. So, hey, if you want to get involved in future videos and all that sort of stuff, I highly appreciate it. So make sure to subscribe and like the video, because that helps. That genuinely helps us out massively. We flew with the likes, by the way. We are almost at 600 likes, which is bananas. We've absolutely flown forward. Before I go, you had 5 minutes, and this was your comeback you came up with, my G. Embarrassing. I'm not even going to ban you. I'll just leave it there because it's more embarrassing that it's there. Just poor. Before I go, thank you once more to can't pull it up. But GP, Mary Poppin Caps, Ray Curd, Acid Punch Drunk Gaming, Dave, Draconian Squid, Woody. Thank you very much to Schizo Basin Ado. Thank you very much. Very kind of you all for donating into the full-time fund. It's massively, massively helpful. Channel, it helps us out a massive amount. And on to Manchester United. But before then, we have a live review coming up on the channel in just a few minutes' time. So stick around because we will be back talking through everything to do with the game and everything that happens past that. 3-0 is the way it ends. Sucks, but we move. I shall see you all on Sunday. See you on Sunday, man. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.